go down the line or go to packs and try and just take a bit of heat out of the pace out of the Berries game. However, should Berri get the ball rolling off out of the middle of the ground, and I'm looking for Brad Rosenzweig here. You know I'm a big fan of his, and if he can get the ball moving and they get it moving out of the middle, they could be quite a handful because they have got good players right across the ground. Look for Jacob Grieger and Shea Hawkins to run off half-back and provide that rebound, and look for their smaller players in Moroney and Kruger to provide that pace you're talking about, Lockie.
Yeah, certainly an interesting dynamic when it comes to Berri, and we've seen it, and we saw it last year when the Berri Demons got those couple of wins and that their turning point started, where the running brigade really caught a couple of teams off guard, and just the pace and the quickness of scoring goals can blow a game apart very quickly.
Yeah, the other thing I like about the Berri Demons is they've got a couple of players who have real penetrating kicks. One of them being Jordan Marr, another Geordie Franks. And also good with the boot is on his left foot, Matthew Benson. They got an ability to use that ball quite long, and that's what exposes teams and gives Darcy Minchella that extra little bit of time he needs in the forward lines. And he's a hard matchup for any team, never alone the Panthers. So it'll be interesting to see who Loxton North send to Darcy Minchella, because he's probably the tallest player going around in the comp, and has a reach that you just got to see it to believe it. And he takes the ball at its height all the time, so hard to match up on. On the other side of the coin, looking at the Panthers, one thing about the Panthers, they're hard at it, Lockie. They've got a lot of players who are good in and under, Mason Eckerman being one, Masuda Caso another, and of course Joel Worsfold, who I figure is probably leading their best and fairest. He's probably the best in and under player and user of the football from pack situations.
Yeah, certainly a loyal servant of Loxton North over the last decade, through the good times and the bad, and still plenty of football in him. You mentioned Darcy Minchella before, Nobby, 29 goals for the season. 30% of Berri's goals for this year have come through Darcy Minchella. After that, you're looking Tyson Lindsay, but from there, it drops away very quickly. So he is key to them scoring this afternoon. Loxton North a little bit different. Their leading goal scorer, you mentioned Tyler Wagner out of the side. Loxton North's a bit different though. There's no real clear standout. Tyler Wagner was leading their goal kicking, but it was only by, I think, 5 or 6 goals. Yeah. It's not one clear spearhead, if you know what I'm trying to get at.
I think Wagner was more their player who could spark them at any time.
Yeah.
You know, take a mark, take a really good hanger, or kick a goal to lift them, and he was their X factor, I reckon. But in saying that, and we talked about Berri's pace, you can't underestimate James Neal for the Panthers either. There's a bloke that's got a ton of pace. It'll be interesting to see how they use him today, because if he can get outside the contest and receive the ball from players like Worsfold and Akasu and Co, then he can get the Panthers moving. And once you get them moving, they've got options up forward. Don't you worry about that.
We'll just go back to the game for a sec, just quickly. Probably about a couple of minutes off starting. Umpires and captains assembled in the middle. Coin toss won by Loxton North. Cody Vomar to
Which
win
way
that,
they going?
and elected to kick to the river end. Not a breath of wind to speak of here at Berri this afternoon for the moment. However, that could change this afternoon. We are told there could be a bit of weather around this afternoon, but from what I calculated a bit earlier, it might be somewhat a few hours after the final siren, so we'll keep an eye on that. Currently sitting around 17 degrees.
Well, interestingly enough, Lockie, in the seconds, which was a very good game of football, Berri 6-12-48, defeating Loxton North 6-8-44, but the Panthers solid in the top 4, so won't hurt their finals chances. They'll stay in 4th position.
Yep.
But that end that Loxton North have decided to kick to was probably the predominant scoring end in the seconds. But like you said, there is virtually not a puff of breeze here. It's one of those things you just can't explain.
No, currently 7 km/h wind speed, so that is as good as nothing as you will get in the Riverland on a August afternoon. Another quick little stat for you before this game gets underway. Riverland footy on 5am for McDonald's at Renmark. The Panthers' last win on this oval, round 2, 2024. It's been some time. The last 5 times these sides have met, 4 out of the 5 occasions, the home team has won.
Yeah, looking for defensive matchups here, and haven't seen the guys line up next to each other yet, but I'm predicting that maybe Judge Sherpick will go to Darcy Minchella in the first instance, and perhaps Cody Vumard sets up at centre half back to try and cut the ball off to him. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. Minchella going all the way to the kick out square, and Sherpick heading towards him. Yep, here he goes. So that's the matchup. It's probably the obvious one, but be interesting to see how they go. But I think so much will depend on the rest of the team keeping the pressure on the ball upfield.
Yeah, this is 5-room football for McDonald's at Renmark. Round 14 action live from Berri. The Berri Demons hosting at Loxton North. Past Players Day for the Demons this afternoon as well. So a couple of notable faces here at Berri, which is great to see. There it is, siren sounds, and we are underway. Riverland footy on 5RM. A ball up in the air and a good tap from Berri. Rosenzweig read it well out to Ma. Gone quick on the attack, Berri. Gone to right half forward, and inside comes Regan Kruger. Takes on the man, kicks from 45. Has he slotted it already? A score.
Well, there's the Demons' intention right from the word go. Move the ball, move it quickly, play on at all costs, put the pressure on the Panthers for pace, as you predicted, Lockie, in the pre-game.
This is 5-room Riverland football. Loxton North with the kick out. It's going to be Josh Nelson that brings it back in. Took all the metres he could. Kicks to right half back, but it's going to be Loxton North, or they managed to work it out. Neil gets a kick away up to broadcast wing. Over the back it spills. Mitch folds for Berri, sharks it, drags it in. Scott Lewis in there for Loxton North, and we'll get a ball up. That
was Viney Oates taking that kick out of defence, and he was the big fella. Even though he couldn't hold the mark, he was first back on it and dished that handball out to James Neal. Up in ruck he goes again. Viney Oates up against Thompson from Berri. Berri get the ball, bring it out of the hard ball. Get a Berri player tackled without the footy there, but it went unnoticed. Soot knocks it forward, goes to half forward. Not lovely pick up at half forward by a Loxton North player, which is Liam Baston, but wrestled to the ground. Umpire comes in for a ball up. No, a free kick paid for a poor tackle. Handballs to ruckman Viney Oates. Shoots it out again. I was just about to say to you, Lockie, you never handball to a ruckman, but he was moving. Ball goes forward for Loxton North, but cut out by the Berri defence, and they shoot it out of defence across to the coach Lambasada.
Yeah, got the ball in right back pocket. Now gets it up on the wing, and the Demons have got a bit of space here. They move it through up to the clubroom wing, spills over the back out of bounds, and I'm not sure what the umpire's going to say here.
That was Schinkel over the top with the spoil out of bounds, but he's infringed his Berri opponent.
It's McRae that brings it back in to Rosenzweig. Nearly had a bit of time to go, but Bastian for Loxton North just held him up. Small from Rosenzweig, just goes right. Now, that is an awful kick off the ground. Berri managed to get their hands back on it. Back to Rosenzweig inboard. Takes on his Loxton North opponent. Now inside attacking 50, but got as far as Vomard for Loxton North, who goes on the switch quickly, and they're going to now hold it up through Drake in defensive 50. Dangerous kick back inboard. They hold on to it.
Yeah, look, Loxton North fighting fire with fire here, trying to move the ball quickly themselves. Ball comes wide to Panthers defence. That one comes out wide to Zach Nitschke. He looks up, goes short, but cut out by Hawkins from Berri. Handball to Geordie Franks from Berri. He drives Berri into attack 2, all on his own in the forward pocket. Rory Moroney. He'll have a set shot for goal here. For Berri Demons, inside the forward pocket, about 20-25 metres out. Very tight angle, but not really a bad angle for these Gen Z footballers, Lockie, who love to run around and just snap it. Here he goes around, snaps the ball and misses to the left. Snaps it too far for another behind. Takes Berri to 2 behinds, leading Loxton North yet to score on the Berri Better scoreboard.
5RM Riverland football on a Saturday afternoon. It's going to be Josh Nelson again. Former Loxton North captain, committee member. He's done a lot at Panther Park.
200 game player.
He even probably cooked a few barbecues out there from time to time. He's still lining up in the A grade.
And maybe helped drone a few Woodstocks in his day.
Yeah, not sure about that one, Nobby Norton, but you seem to know a bit more than me.
I'm just following the socials, Lockie.
Facebook memories can be a curse sometimes. Yes. It's Loxton North now back inboard. It's dangerous kick, not really a clear target. Berri are going to try and bring this one back inside. A couple of quick handballs, and the pace has got Loxton North again. Doesn't matter if it's loose. Still back inside, attacking 50 for Berri. Still got their hands on it now. Rosenzweig has a shot from 45. Is this the first goal of the day? Didn't make the distance and went out of bounds.
It's another behind, but I'm counting Rosenzweig's possessions, and he has had 4 possessions already in this first quarter. It's unfortunate you can't take him for 20-plus possessions because he'll get there easy by half-time.
Josh Nelson again for Loxton North with the kick out. Going broadcast side, manages to find Meneghetti at half-back. Has to hold up, no real target to kick to as yet. Going to go inboard to the centre square, cricket pitch direction. Over the top it went, no one able to get it. Avani Opes tries to shark it, but Berri through Grieger, and now Rosenzweig get the hand out. It was tackled Langford. Umpire says holding the ball, play on advantage. Masuda Caso inside 50. Scott Lewis for Loxton North. He's got an absolute paddock. Turns, kicks from 20 out, and that has missed to the short side. And Shay Hawkins from the Berri Football Club just says to Scott, you've got to kick through the big sticks to get a goal.
So there he is, Shay Hawkins, trying to talk to Sandful Life member Scott Lewis, the general, and let him know something he doesn't know. I don't think he can.
Berri with the kick out, they bring it back in after having to go for a bit of a walk to get that one from the Berri Hotel car park.
Costly miss for the Panthers too. Could have put that one away.
Yeah, Panthers' first score of the day too, just quickly. Brings the margin back to 2 points. 1 behind plays 3 on the Berri Better scoreboard. Berri with the advantage.
Yeah, Berri's still trying to play on it every opportunity. They have the ball at half back. Lovely kick out to the wing to find the Berri teammate. Berri now look up. They've got players moving forward. This time to Grieger, right on the centre wing. Turns around. Looks for Geordie Franks. Can't find him, but he's tackled to the ground. Got treatment he probably didn't need to have. He plays on straight away. Drives it towards the goal square and finds, all on his own, Regan Kruger. So straight away we've seen Rory Moroney in one forward pocket. Broke free of his teammates and was all on his own. Now we see Kruger from the Demons on the other side pocket in front of the big stand there today for Sponsors Day, Lockie, or Past Players Day.
Yeah, there's a bit going on, 2 marquees.
He has a deliberate shot at goal from about 30 metres out on about a 45-degree angle. Kicks offline to score the 4th point for Berri. Takes him to 4 points, leading Loxton North 1 point, a 3-point game. 4-1 halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah, 6.5 minutes played. 5 RM Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark.
That might just balance the ledger a little bit on Scott Lewis's easy miss at the other end, because that was a gimme, that shot at goal.
Berri certainly with more of the football in this early part of the game. They bring it now back out to right half back, but once again, no one takes a clear mark. Spills out. Michael Scott gets a handball to Worsfold, but he was stopped quickly. Now out to Neil, who brings it across half back. A kick to no one. Mitch Folds for Berri, dives on it, gets a good handball out. If they get away with this, they might be able to go forward. They can't. Intercept from Neil from Loxton North. Gets it out towards Buckley and Hawkins. It's a foot race for the boundary line, and Shay Hawkins just walks that over the line after he was kind of half tackled, and we'll get our first ball in for the day right in front of the Berri grandstand.
Good pressure from Buckley. He was outpaced there, but managed to turn it into a contest. Ruckman up. Viney Oates and Thompson. Ball comes out this time. Rosenzweig with yet another possession. He's 6th for the first quarter. Handball to his teammate. Reaching around was Sherpick. Reaching around Minchella. Gives away the free kick. Darcy Minchella to have his first kick for the day, his first shot at goal. 35 out, directly in front. Normally an excellent kick at goal, Darcy Minchella. And whilst he's not the longest kick in the league, he is probably the most accurate.
Certainly a big in for the Berri Demons this year. Call it in, Nobby Norton. What are you saying?
He'll be straight through the middle. And it is. First goal of the game, first goal to Berri Demons, first goal to Darcy Minchella. Takes Berri to 1 goal 4-10, leading Loxton North 1 point on the Berri Better scoreboard. Have I got that wrong?
No, you are. That is correct. 1-4-10 to 1 behind.
Yep.
That is the score. Loxton North really with only the 1 inside 50 to date.
You can see the danger Minchella poses when he gets a little bit of space in front of him, and Sherpick did everything he could to keep the ball away from him, but in reaching around him to spoil, he's got such long tentacles, Darcy Minchella. To reach around him, he infringed by putting his arm around. Pretty easy call for the ump.
I was just going to say, you spoke about the smaller forwards in Kruger and Maroney earlier posing a problem. I was going to say maybe there's a bit too much focus on trying to shut down Darcy Minchella, but
both of those players were 10, 15 metres free of opponents, which has got to be a bit of a worry early days for the Panthers. Up the ball goes again. Viney Opes up against Thompson. Gets the hit out for Loxton North, but Thompson comes out of the pack for Berri, squeezes the ball over towards the wing, doesn't go to anyone in particular, and ball on the ground. That will be another ball up inside the centre square, centre wing.
5RM Riverland football for McDonald's at Renmark. Good crowd in here today. Ball up in the air. Good tap from Loxton North. Gets it up to half forward.
Yeah, Viney Opes straight to Joel Westfold. He finds Scott Lewis. He plays on for Loxton North, drives them deep into the forward line, looking for and finding Liam Bastian, who takes a lovely mark up forward for the Panthers. Will himself have a shot for goal. He'll kick the ball from about 30 metres. Tight angle, I'm thinking 60 degrees. Haven't got my protractor out, Lockie, but it's a good side to be kicking from if you're a right footer. Just inside the right hand upper post as Bastian looks at the goals. This would be a much needed reply to Minchella's goal at the other end.
Just got to aim for the Berri Bridge, Liam, and you'll be right. Has the kick.
Umpire likes it. Loxton North players like it, and that's a goal. That's a goal to Liam Bastian. An answering goal takes Loxton North to 1-1-7, trailing Berri 1-4-10 by 3 points on the Berri Better scoreboard in a really tight game that's opened up as a real arm wrestle.
So Loxton North second inside 50 results in a goal. Certainly needed a response. Berri, a lot of the ball early in the quarter, unable to capitalise. It was 4 behinds to date.
It was a good passage of play. Lovely kick, a nice strong mark from Lewis at centre half forward, and he got on with it, kicked the ball up, gave it enough elevation to let Bastian get under the ball, and he's got size on his opponent, and he used it to take the mark.
And that's how Loxton North are going to have to use some of these veterans, I think. They'll be in these key spots and just, call the shots a bit. Ball back in the centre. Masuda Caso for Loxton North. Wheels around, kicks up to half forward, and there he is again, the general, the dish-out handball. Inside attacking 50, they go. Lovely kick, but it's gone over the top.
It's a free kick.
It's going to be a free kick to the 21 for Loxton North.
It's Reece Wooldridge, I think.
He's turned 27, you are correct.
Yeah, what a lovely passage of play. Akasu got that ball straight on his boot out of the middle, and Scott Lewis, he handled that ball beautifully. One grab, one touch, flicked the handball out, on went the kick, and found Wooldridge on a strong lead, and he was being bustled before he got near the footy, and deservedly gets a free kick. It's been great. He's been a great addition to the side since he's come in, Lockie Wooldridge.
Has the kick.
And he's kicked the goal. He's kicked the second goal of the game for Loxton North. Second in a row. Takes them to 2-1-13, and they now lead Berri 1-4-10 by 3 points on the Berri Better scoreboard.
So after a slow start, the Panthers have responded and they've answered the call. A win today certainly could set them up for September action.
It just goes to show you with the 6-6-6, if you can move the ball quickly out of the middle, whether it's AFL, RFL or under 13s, I'm not sure if they play the 6-6-6, but if you can move that ball quickly and precisely, it was wonderful ball handling from Scott Lewis, who hit that ball at full speed and just one grab, got the handball out, and they got the ball forward. Up it goes again. This time Bastian into the ruck. Lewis over the ball for Loxton North, but can't get it clear of the pack. Out it comes. This time Petch in after it, taken high. He will take a free kick for Loxton North and drive them into attack.
So still in the centre square, gets told to play on, goes left half forward, really to no one, and an intercept mark taken. Evan Penaluna for the Berri Demons gets it on quickly to Thompson. The RFL headquarters wings gets the handball off quickly to Langford, and the Berri Demons work it up to right half forward.
Moving the ball quickly, Berri.
Back
and running
to up to the arch it goes, and there is the 14 of McRae. Berri now inside attacking 50. Minchella takes the mark.
Yeah,
gets a tight angle for a goal.
Absolutely nothing Judge Sherpick could do about that. Minchella had the space in front of him, had the lead. You're always going to get a couple of metres on your opponent, and the kick was lace out perfect. But the good thing about it is that Sherpick's made him lead towards the boundary line. He's taken this shot from right on the boundary line, looking to check-sided, I think, Lockie, by the look of the way he's holding the football.
Looked right off the boot. Is this the Lirrup Looper version 2? No, it's not.
Off hands through for behind, takes Berri to 1-5-11, trailing Loxton 2-1-13 by 2 points on the Berri Better scoreboard.
Lirrup Looper was a drink at the Lirrup Club back in the day, if you're interested, Nobby Norton.
Oh, well.
It had ice cream and sparklers in it.
Right.
Loxton North with the kick out up to half back. And, it spills forward. Berri.
Nice tackle.
Maroney holds it in and we'll get a ball up.
Lovely tackle there by Karsu. Stopped his Berri opponent from breaking clear, and gee whiz, he had to, because Maroney's got pace to burn. This time the ball goes up, doesn't clear the pack. Umpire Florence will come in and heave it towards the heavens yet again.
This is 5RM Riverland football. Up it goes. Tap over the back from Thompson, gets it out to Ma, who does the big looping handball, but it finds Lewis from Loxton North, out to Picasso. He goes on the switch quickly, but he's kicked it straight to Rosensweig for the Berri Demons, who finds Langford right half forward. Now approaching the 50 arc, and a great mark taken from Kruger. Inside attacking 50 it goes, and Minchella takes another mark.
I reckon that's that's correctly paid too, because Sherpick, to his credit, worked in front of Minchella, was first to the footy and got a little bit of a nudge from the forward. Oh, lovely bit of play there. So
Loxton North take the out of defence, and that's gone out of bounds on the far wing.
And I think that's the way you got to play against Darcy Minchella. You got to try and beat him to the footy if you can. He's quick, he's got long arms, and the kicking's been pretty precise to him.
It's a lovely mark.
Yeah.
Just not pace.
Yes.
Right in front too. That would have been a certainty.
Yeah.
The Berri Demons trail by 2. Loxton North 2-1-13, leading Berri at 1-5-11 on the Berri Better scoreboard.
Great contest we have here at the Berri Oval. But you can see Berri's intention. They will move the ball as quick as they can at all costs, try and catch Loxton North out.
Thompson now, half forward for Berri. Kicks inside 50, a high kick. Regan Kruger couldn't quite, Maroney rather, now sharks it off the ground. Ma tries to bring it out. Good, gets
lovely
wrapped
tackle.
up by Picasso.
Gee, can tackle, can't he?
I'll have it. A ball up inside, attacking 50 for Berri.
One of the best tacklers in the comp, I reckon, Masuda Karsu. Up the ball goes, Berri getting it again. Maroney comes out with it this time for Berri. Oh, the Loxton North defender waited for that football, and that was Cooper Petch, waited for that ball to come to him, and through went Jacob Grieger, intercepted, and had a shot at goal, but missed. So that takes Berri to 1 goal, 6-12, trailing Loxton North 2-1-13 by 1 solitary point. Bad kickings, bad footy.
This really has been the story of Berri's season, unfortunately. Low-scoring games, lots of behinds.
Yeah,
early days.
Early in the game, plenty of time to recover.
5 Riverland football. Nelson now with the kick out for Loxton North. Decides to go clubroom side. No real clear target. It was Langford for Berri that got his hands on it first. Umpire says play it on, and they just walk it out of bounds. And we'll get a ball in right in front of the Berri Football Club faithful.
Yeah, it's one of those days where it's a pseudo-final, Lockie, for both sides. And you got to play it like it is, and you can't be waiting for the football to come to you.
Berri now, Thompson gets a kick up to inside the danger zone, spills over the back, and that goes out of bounds.
Gee, that was almost a traditional screwy there by Thompson, wasn't it? The ball certainly got a little bit of spin on it.
Might have been Minchella.
Was it?
Sorry about that. Yeah, it was. Thompson was in the goal square.
Yeah, there was a bit of screw on that ball.
So Loxton North again through Josh Nelson with the kick out. Getting a bit predictable with their kick outs, Loxton North. Finds Lewis at half back. Gets it over the top and finds Nitschke. Hands out to Picasso. Had to go back inboard and just bombs it high inside attacking 50. No one able to get underneath it, but Buckley's going to walk onto it and run into an open goal here at RFL headquarters. And that's the Panthers' third of the afternoon.
Good play by Panthers, and no surprise to see who generated that. Once again, it was the general, Scott Lewis in the middle. Lovely kick across to the middle. Player running past, took it on the hands and got it in deep and quick to Reece Waldridge, who did the right thing and hit up at the footy, but Buckley also did the right thing. He did not go up at the same time. He looked for the ball to come past, ran onto a loose ball and made no mistake. And at this stage, Loxton North with a 7-point lead on the Berri Better scoreboard, totally down to accurate kicking.
3-1-19 takes 1 goal 6 here at RFL headquarters. Back to the middle it goes, getting up towards the 19-minute mark of the first quarter, and it's back in the middle. Tap from Bastian, finds Picasso, kick smothered. It's Hawkins, now it's Grieger for Berri, gets the runaway. Kicks up to half forward. It was a shocking kick, but McRae managed to pick it up off the deck. Goes around on the left, a wobbly kick to Minchella. Has a couple of bites at it. Sherpick defending well. Gets
very
a
well.
handball out. Umpire says play on as Loxton North with the defensive clearance. Nelson up to half forward. Buckley couldn't quite mark it. A couple of bites at it, but gets it up off the deck. Now out to Bastian. Loxton North looked dangerous. Inside 50. It was a wobbly old kick. Viney Opes gets his hands on it, but was pretty much wrapped up straight away. Now Loxton North fighting to keep this in. That's
very ungainly kicking style,
Liam
Bastian, but very effective, and put the ball out in front of Viney Oates. He couldn't quite hold his position over the footy.
He almost looked like he was one step ahead. He went to turn back in without really having the footy in his hands.
Yeah.
Rosenzweig for Berri, read it well, out ball up, but umpire says I'll have it again.
In case we got some statisticians keeping a listen to the call, yes, Rosenzweig has had 8 possessions already in this quarter.
The stat king of Riverland football.
Yeah, and there are handballs and kicks. I'm not counting all the 1%ers he's done as well.
He'll get another one here too. Ball up. Oh no, it went the other way.
Look out! Look out! Oh!
Max Schenkel with a wobbly old kick at goal. It looked like it was going to rake back in, but went through for a minus score.
Woodridge,
takes the Panthers
here he
to 3-2.
is again, Rosenzweig. Kick out of the back lines. Finds teammate Adam Langford on the half-back flank for Berri. Still deep in Berri's defence. In case you're counting, that's 9 for Rosenzweig.
Finds Safralides at half-back, who just says, cool the Jets, boys. Just hold her up for a sec here.
I can never work out why opposition teams don't try and man him up a little bit, because he gets a lot of the footy. That's a lovely mark to Loxton North tall out there, which I think is Bastian in ruck. Drives it back in the middle. It might have been Buckley drove it in toward. No, Buckley's at centre half forward. Those two.
Was Bastian.
It was Bastian, was it?
Yep. Yeah,
it was Bastian that took the mark and kicked in towards Buckley. 24 and 25, both similar height. One has a beard, but they both have dark hair.
So a ball up, half forward for Loxton North. Tap from Bastian, but umpire says it's going to be a free kick to Loxton North.
He was being held by the hand in the ruck contest, and who was running away from the pack, but Brett Rosenzweig, in his 10th possession, was cut short by the umpire's whistle.
Kick from Bastian to the goal square. And Viney Opes couldn't quite clunk it.
Couldn't pull it in.
And the Berri defender just rushes it through. So another minor score. Panthers 3-3-21, lead Berri 1-6-12 on their very better scoreboard.
The big fella went at that like an octopus, one tentacle up, then the other, but couldn't quite drag it in. Ball out at half back for Berri in the hands of Thompson, looking to get them out of defence and into attack. Takes his time. Pops up a 9-iron and sets up his teammate. Loxton North straight on with it, but the handball fumbled. That was Michael Scott trying to get the ball out quickly and get it moving. Ball comes back this time to Scott Lewis, gets the free kick, drives North deep into attack, looking for Wooldridge again. Ball over the back. Meneghetti with the Jets on. Kicks it across the goals and couldn't find the a scoring point. It's gone out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Tried to roll it across Dacos style.
He missed a lot. If he was looking for a...
It wasn't a bad miss though, because it's kept the ball in half forward, in the forward pocket, and gives Panthers yet another chance. Up it goes, this time in ruck. Viney Opes gets his hands to it. Out of the pack it comes with a kick from the pack, but a behind only, which takes Loxton North to 3-4-22, leading Berri 1-6-12. A 10-point lead to the Panthers on the Berri better scoreboard as the stages of the first quarter wane.
Yeah, 22 or 23 minutes nearly gone. It's going to be Hawkins who's got the footy for Berri with the kick out. Not sure if we're waiting on a player maybe to... Oh yes, there's just Henry Labastida, the Berri coach. He had a bit of a knock before, and he's just taking a bit of time to go off the field. So trainer's with him, and
so
I think umpire's just going to hold this up for
so it's a head injury, concussion injury, so they can stop the play.
Yeah.
Not like in the AFL if they stop it when you got cramp.
No, so just taking his time to go off the field. Loxton North are going to take the chance to change a few players over. I mean, there wouldn't be much left in this first quarter, I wouldn't have thought. But nonetheless, rotations happen whenever they happen. That's the problem these days. When the time's up to go off the field. And looks like Henry Lavastide is now just running off to the interchange. So Hawkins now for Berri, brings it back in, plays on and takes as much ground as he can. Looks for Marr and finds him at left half back.
Panthers will be looking to hold this up and go in with a 10-point lead at quarter time if they can.
Cedes a bit of ground, goes back inside defensive 50 and goes on the switch to Penaluna. So he's going to zigzag back to Marr.
So we've had 4 possessions and they're actually closer to their own goal than further away from it. Another one across the ground.
Goes the switch again, finds Penaluna right.
He's off too. The umpire's called him off.
And he's going to go to the club room side to right half back, and Thompson gets a hand on it out to Langford off half back. Lovely kick up, finds the 29 of Archie Peltz, who's come into the side today, and he just holds up for a second. I reckon the siren's probably going to beat him pretty soon. 24 minutes gone.
Here they go, finding it's Kruger, I reckon, at half 40. Goes long quickly. Over the back is Lindsay. This is a goal that they couldn't afford to concede, and they have. Berri be pretty happy with that. They sort of hung on to possession of the footy and made Loxton North come up the ground to them, and sooner or later they got it over the back, and it was an easy goal for Tyson Lindsay. His first for the day. Berri's second. 2-6-18 Berri, trailing Loxton North 3-4-22 on the Berri Better scoreboard.
Smart play from Minchella before too. He was the target, the forward, but knew he wasn't going to get it and almost ran underneath it, dragged his defender with him and just left it over the back for Lindsay just to run on, and Lindsay knew exactly what was going on. 5 plays ahead.
Yep.
A bit like Bobby Fischer playing 8-ball, Nobby.
Oh, okay.
5 moves ahead.
Yeah, 5 moves ahead. Look, this is an interesting setup here because Berri, even though they got McRae at centre half forward, they're not using him like a traditional centre half forward. They're using their smalls in Moroney and Kruger to make the space across half forward and then going long. Ball comes out the middle. I think that's holding the ball for mine. He had Pryor, was very well tackled by Joel Worsfold in the middle from North. He'll take the free kick and look to drive the Panthers into attack. Looks straight up, goes long, looking for the big fella at half forward, who butters up again. And I'm talking about Jared Buckley. He's kicked a goal this quarter and given him a lot of drive out of half forward. First one back on it too.
26 minutes gone, big quarter.
Into the ruck comes Liam Bastian. Him and Buckley both around this contest together. Bastian gets hands on it, straight towards Petch, but Marr intercepts it, and it will go back to the umpire for a secondary baller. Up it goes. Most players around it. Being held this time was Bastian. That's a couple of times in the ruck he's been held. Gets on with it. Ungainly style, but long and direct to the goal square. Berri player in defence takes the mark. Out bodies Wooldridge, takes the mark. I think that was Penaluna. Chips it across the ground into the hands of Rosenzweig. Gets his double figures in possessions for the first quarter. Chips the ball across towards Geordie Franks at half back for Berri. He takes them out of defence.
And Berri now at the right half back. Langford again, he's getting a few possessions as well. Can't keep stats on 2 players. So he goes back to Rosenzweig to get him to, number 11?
Yep.
On the stat count this afternoon.
Thanks for that help, Lockie. I was down marking the last one
good.
off.
Yeah, well, you might want to get ready because Berri might go back to him here, and they do.
12.
Back to Rosenzweig in the blue, right back pocket.
So my 20 plus by half time's money in the bank, I reckon.
Out to centre wing, goes over the back. Thompson tries to run onto it for Berri. I think the boundary line might beat him. No, it's come back inboard. Thompson just props. Good bit of play. Now up to half forward. Minchella, a couple of bites at it. Loose footy. Now it's
Moroney to Kruger.
Now to Lindsay, who just tries to shark his defender in Michael Scott. Scott runs over it. Lindsay tries to get past one. They don't argue. Snap over the shoulder. Back around. Is this going to make it?
No. Sherpick in the way, is it?
Would have been goal of the day for Berri Better. But
Cody
unfortunately, not to be. So no score for Berri there.
It wasn't VMAT, it was Jai Drake there in the back lines. Clever play by the young fella. Takes us to quarter time. Loxton North 3-4-22, leading Berri 2-6-18 on the Berri Better scoreboard. Very entertaining first quarter.
A great afternoon of footy. Let's go around the grounds with Trevor Scott in the Sideline View studio. Yeah, thank you, Trevor. Back underway here at Berri. It's Loxton North with the clearance. Good kick from Picasso up inside 50, but chopped out by Jacob Grieger, who's playing a pretty serviceable game in defence for the Berri Demons. Now across half-back, Safralides snuffed the kick. Manages to find a teammate taking a ground and we'll get a ball up. Just recapping where we're at this afternoon, it's Loxton North 3-4-22, leading Berri 2-7-19.
Goal kickers for Loxton North, Bastion, Buckley and Wooldridge with one apiece, Minchella and Lindsay with one each for Berri. Ball up again. Here we go. Up the ball goes. Akasu again with the footy around the pack. Couldn't get clear. He's been quite an influence around there for the Panthers, Lockie.
Certainly has been this afternoon, and Loxton North managing to find ways to combat Berri's attack. Two different styles this afternoon, but it's great to see. Umpire's called holding on, and it's going to be Berri. Rosenzweig again with another kick. Gets it inboard, finds Franks. Franks turns and plays on and kicks long inside 50. Looking for McRae, who takes a mark, and on Schenkel there, he just bumped Schenkel out the way, and I'm not sure if Schenkel's going that good this afternoon.
Yeah, he's got a heavily bandaged left knee, and he looks like he's favouring a little bit. And but McRae, when he can hold someone under the ball like that, his strength will always win out. Schenkel needs to be hitting the ball and coming over the top. McRae with a shot at goal from 45 out towards the river end. Gets it on its way. Touch through, I reckon, although the goal umpire thinks it might have been behind the goal line, and it's a goal. First goal of the second quarter. Michael McRae takes Berri into the lead at 3-7-25, leading Loxton North 3-4-22 on the Berri Better scoreboard. That's a good long kick, 45 metres. Just goes to show there is no breeze either end.
No, good to see, and Berri return to the lead for the first time since very early in the first quarter. 25 plays 22.
Panthers are going to have to be careful to not waste their opportunities forward. That last kick into the forward lines gave Meneghetti no hope. Grieger mopped it up, and they managed to rebound it out of there and into attack.
So back in the middle it is. Got Thompson doing all the ruck work for Berri this afternoon. Good tap. Manages to find the way of Joel Worsfold for Loxton North. Inside 50. Spills over the back. Bastion got half a hand on it. Lewis ran past it. Shea Hawkins gets a dangerous handball. They go deeper into defence, but gets it back off his teammate. Get it up to left half back, and there is Langford, and that spills out of bounds, and we'll get a ball in right on the 50 arc intercept.
Panthers pretty tall and, might I say, a little bit slower in attack than Berri are in defence.
I heard some of the ins for Loxton North this week and did comment that they may have gone down a cog in pace. Nonetheless, what they lose in pace, they get experience. Now back up to half forward.
With pace.
James O'Neill for Loxton North couldn't quite scoop it up off the deck and locks it in, and we'll get a ball up at true centre half forward.
Yep. Contests are very keenly fought from both sides here. Over the top, Viney Oates couldn't get it clear. Ball comes out. Who's it come out to? Brad Rosenzweig. Lovely kick forward. Finds Minchella in the forward lines. Turns around. Goes one-on-one towards Kruger and his Loxton North team. What a goal. Now there's your goal of the day to Regan Kruger.
4-7-31. Berri leading Loxton North 3-4-22 on the Berri Better scoreboard. Goal of the day for Berri Better. The clubhouse leader has changed. Regan Kruger. Lovely goal. He's been looking dangerous all day. Behind or maybe two in that first quarter, but first goal for him this afternoon. And certainly one the Panthers are going to have to watch.
Yeah, he's a little bit quick for Jackson Lloyd and a little bit more experienced. And once he got goal side of him with the ball running over the top, he was always looking like he was going to kick a goal. It's interesting the way they set up, Berri, because they alter their forward structure. They got everyone up, except for Minchella, who's in the goal square. And all of a sudden they'll change that. They'll fold it, and Minchella will come up, and the little fellas will fold back into that space. Ball comes out of the middle from Viney Oates, Loxton North. First onto it, Worsfold, but couldn't get a handle on it.
Taken high was Peltz.
Probably saved the Panthers from Thompson getting the ball forward. Peltz shoots it out wide here, but too wide for his opponent. It's Folds. He gets time to recover. Shoots the ball up the forward flank to Lindsay. Berri on top here at half forward. Goes short yet again. This time finds Kruger, the kicker of the last goal. Centres the ball, but centres it to three Loxton North players. Viney Oates drives Loxton North deep into attack towards Meneghetti. He can't bring it in. Out comes Krieger. That's a problem for the Panthers. The halfbacks across Berri are able to pick up that loose ball and rebound.
Langford and Krieger are doing a lot of the drive off halfback for Berri this afternoon. And as you said, hard for Loxton North to match up on. Berri now up to half forward. Peltz couldn't quite drag it in, but Rosenzweig got his hands on it, takes it to the ground and will get a ball up. You're only counting handballs and kicks, so that one does not count.
It's a 1%er though. It's not counting. But it's interesting, Lockie, across North's forward line, if you're going to have a bit of pace, you've got to make sure your use of the ball is precision-like and you're kicking it to your teammates and not allowing the opposition to rebound.
Yeah, Scott now in defence for Loxton North, goes wide to the far wing. No one really able to get their hands on it. This might spill out of bounds and give Berri a free kick here. I'm not sure if a Berri player might have mistakenly got their hands on it. What does the umpire say?
He says, I want to throw it in, but no.
I think Berri going to get the kick, and rightly so. No one really got their hands on that. Up to left half forward. Kick over the back goes to Michael Scott for Loxton North.
He nudged his player in the back, and the umpire could... Actually, it's quite interesting because the umpire further down the ground called it. The umpire who had the best view of it thought it was okay.
So now Folds for Berri on half forward. Kicks inside 50, and a mark taken easy as you like by Rory Moroney, who's going to go back and take a shot at goal. Going to be kicking from 40 out on a slight angle. He'd probably kick 50 of these every week at training.
Look, those fast half forwards in Moroney and Kruger are creating a lot of damage for Loxton North here. We spotted it early in the first quarter, Lockie. They were their avenue to goal, and they've come out, and I don't know if the Panthers have got anyone with the pace to run with them.
The Rins this week, certainly not.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have been on either of these players anyway. But
has the shot. It's a good-looking kick. And that's a goal for Rory Moroney. The Berri Demons go to 5-7-37. Loxton North 3-4-22. And the Berri better scoreboard, a 15-point lead, the largest margin of the game so far.
Yeah, things getting to the stage where the Panthers are going to have to try and rein this in. Maybe if not the score, definitely the ball movement. I'm just looking around to see if there's been any changes to who's standing those two players. It looks like Eckerman's got Moroney. At least he's standing next to him now. He's not very close to him once the ball goes up. And Jai Drake's running with Kruger. You know, maybe you change them over.
A tap from Viney Opes, had another bite at it, popped it over the top. Loxton North take a small advantage. Nitschke, but intercept from Berri. Rosenzweig paddles it forward, gets it out to the 35 of Benson. Now still in the centre square, a couple of hard hits, hard
taken high, Loxton North player, but the umpire didn't quite see it. I think that was Worsfold in and over it.
I think we're going to get a ball up in the centre square here at Berri this afternoon.
It was Worsfold, always in and over it. Viney Oates knocks it clear, but to Brad Rosenzweig, who can't get the ball clear and gets penalised for holding the ball. Do I take that one off his possessions when you lose one for holding the ball?
Well, no, I don't think so. He got his hand. It wasn't. He didn't really try and get rid of it. That's the problem. It's Petch now for Loxton North. Drives up to right half forward.
3 on 1.
That is mark of the day, Evan Penaluna.
Yeah, 3 on 1 though. The Loxton North player had 3 Berri players up against him. They've got to start changing this around a bit.
Berri go on the switch. Peltz, a good mark. Under a bit of pressure from Lloyd. He's just going to hold on to it, or is he going to get told to play on? He will. He has to go back inboard. Gets a bit of pace. Oh, spills the handball. Loxton North. It's money for Jam. Opes now inside 50. Looks for Wooldridge. Couldn't quite get onto it. Now Holtham for Berri. Gets a handball out. And Folds out inboard. Oh, a wild handball. Scott Lewis off the deck. Gets a handball off the top. Deeper forward, but Berri respond. Bit of volleyball action going on in the Panther forward line.
Lovely tackle there by the
ground,
Panthers.
And yeah, good defensive pressure. They lock it in. They need something here. They trail by 15.
Yeah, Berri always with the option of the player to release the pressure, and they move the ball very quickly, but the Panthers are up to it that time. This time Lewis onto his natural left foot, kicks it across and finds Eckerman at the 50. He looks up straight away and chips it across and finds Michael Scott, who will kick from just about on the 50 here. This is well outside his range. He's looking for someone to dish it off to. Goes for the square. Goes long to the square. Meneghetti backs in under the pack. Can't pull it in.
got a fair bit of attention there, but no assistance from any teammate. Now they come again. Krieger to a teammate. It'll be played down the ground here, I think. Yep, and Kruger getting the free kick for Berri. Regan Kruger looks up, drives Berri into attack. Eckerman under the ball. They're in trouble here, the Panthers.
Benson front and centre.
Left footer, he's a left footer.
Crumman. Now bombs it further forward. Maroney the target, he ran past it. Minchella can't get his hands on it. A good tackle though. Out to Sherpick for Loxton North. They concede a bit more ground. No one can really get their hands on it cleanly. Now Drake, good bit of calmness under pressure. Gets it to Scott. Scott told to play on, maybe not 15. Goes on the switch back to Vomard and just holds up for a sec.
Now he's a player that we haven't seen a lot of today so far. Shoots it up to Eckerman. He's run off his player and run forward. This is a good move by the Panthers, trying to create some rebound through run, which is good. Ball over the top of their centre half forward, but brought out by a Berri teammate. Shoots the ball, chain of handball, sees the ball back with Penaluna, who squares it across towards the clubhouse side to Shea Hawkins. He goes up the centre wing, finds Rosenzweig all on his own out there for another possession.
Get your stat counter ready, Nobby.
15 I got him at.
Because it's going to be a kick and a handball here. Well, that's a kick. Goes to the left forward pocket, but punched out of bounds. Beaumard, good bit of defensive play there, and we'll get a ball in the left forward area for Loxton North.
Yeah,
sorry, Berri.
Look, they've steadied the ship a little, but haven't managed to claw back anything on the scoreboard. Up it goes again into ruck, tapped out by the big fella in Liam Bastion, but can't get a teammate. Ball comes high to Eckerman, who's kicked it out of bounds on the full. Be a free kick to Berri between wing and centre half forward, and another statistic for Brad Rosenzweig, who will bring it back into play when he gets it.
So I know Josh Nelson took a lot of the kickouts early for Loxton North, but I certainly think Rosenzweig has eclipsed those stats this afternoon.
Well, he's done it all without a kick in.
That's what I mean.
Don't worry, he could end up there later in the game just to rack him up, just to get to the 40 mark.
So Berri now left half forward. Rosenzweig goes on the switch, concedes a bit of ground, but finds Penaluna unchecked in the middle.
This has been frustrating, the Panthers, and they got plenty more options out here wide, and they've all come up from the back line. So every player is Berri forward side of centre, and Berri with so many players and options, but North with a heap back.
You'd call it going around the key if it was basketball.
Yeah, the ball comes all the way around the key, this time to Geordie Franks. Out at half forward, drives it towards the goal square. There's a lot of players in here, a lot of Panther players. Ball comes out, handball.
Was Petch, got the dish up off the deck, got it to Drake. Drake wrapped up and will get a ball up. 25 out directly in front from the Berri Demons goal. They lead by 15, 12 minutes play.
Problem for the Panthers, even if they get possession in the defence, Berri have got them circled in. Here we go, comes back out. Shea Hawkins at half forward, finds Tyson Lindsay on a long lead out to the far side. He plays on straight away to square the ball, but to no one other than a Loxton North player, who's Mackenzie Hall. He shoots the ball in, finds teammate Zachary Nitschke at half-back, looks up, chips it to Worsfold, runs through the centre of the ground and kicks across the top towards Cooper Petch, running ahead of his Berri. But they come back this time back to Bastion, handball back to Petch, looking up, looking for an option forward, but shoots it over the head of Viney Oates. Gave him no hope at all. Play on again from Berri. They're just not holding the ball back.
And they've got an out player in Langford on the left-back flank who's got a bit of a paddock, kicks it up to centre wing over the back. Umpire's called pushing the back. It'll be a free kick to Rory Maroney.
You can't do that with two hands on your player's back and think you're going to ever get away with it.
No. So Berri with the free on the far wing here at Berri. 5RM Riverland Football. 91.5 FM, 8 on AM and 5rm.com. Dishes around the hand.
Around he goes.
Sells a bit of candy. Now gets around another player. Kicks now inside 50. No one's really home. And defensive marks taken by Cody Vomard for Loxton North, who just goes quickly over the top to Nelson. And we're going to go on the switch here. And this is where the Panthers have come undone a few times. Finds Neil in the middle, right in the cricket pitch.
They need to get, here's 25. Berri player over the footy. but the umpire's called the free, so Neil has to take the kick back. Gives Berri plenty of time to get behind the ball. North trying to get that ball moving, but unable to. So here we go. Neil onto his left foot, goes towards the goal square for Loxton North. Big pack up, no one down for the Panthers. Pelts for Berri. Takes a handball. I reckon he might have handballed that over the side. No, it's a boundary throw in. Both umpires, goal and boundary, signalling it was rushed off hands. Be a ball in the forward pocket for Loxton North.
Kicking this quarter to the town end here at Berri.
Desperately needing a score.
No one able to get their hands on it in the ruck. Petch ran onto it, but held up pretty quick and will get a ball up. 20 out from the Panthers' goal, 14 and a half minutes played.
Yeah, Panthers set up here, but this time Berri with every player behind centre circle. Out they come, but to no one. Ball doesn't come free. Panthers all over it.
It's Liam Watson there, I think,
Yeah.
cleared that one out. He was best on ground a few weeks ago.
Yeah, wrapped up by Viney Opes in the tackle, who will now go up for the hit out. Gets his hand towards it. Grieger comes out of the defence with the ball. Over the top of both players. Loose to Petch. Ball gets smothered off the boot by Darcy Mincello, who's worked all the way back, and he kicks it out towards McRae. Soccers the ball forward, but no one's there. It'll be Loxton North's Liam Bastian in the back play, looking for someone to give it to. Shoots it back across to Sherpick, who has Jai Drake out on this side, all on his own in an absolute paddock. Tries to straighten up the Panthers into attack, but misses everyone and kicks the ball out of bounds.
And that's gone out of bounds, yeah.
That's a bad mistake. Had two players to one out here and split them both by kicking it out of bounds. Ball comes back to Pelch from the ball in. Berri slowing it down, looking to take this 15-point lead on the Berri Better scoreboard into half-time.
Coming up to the 16-minute mark, Berri now inside 50. There's Ma, who's still got around a few opponents, kicks up to the left half forward, or left forward pocket, but intercept mark taken by Eckerman for Loxton North. Dangerous.
Yeah, very
now
dangerous.
Minchella gets his hands on it. A good tackle. Might be going for holding on here. Ball spills out of bounds and we'll get a ball in right in front of the scoreboard here at Berri.
Yeah, Minchella with longer arms than Inspector Gadget. You've got to make sure he's a long way away from it, otherwise he will get there. Quick too, he's very quick, Darcy Minchella.
So ball in, Bastian for Loxton North gets the advantage, gets a hand out. Now Nelson couldn't quite mop it up. Michael Scott kicks it now, it's inside, finds a Lewis. It was a wayward old kick, but Lewis managed to read it like a encyclopedia.
Looking for an option, but can't find anyone moving for him. Goes short into the middle towards Petch. He looks up, takes the ball straight down the middle. Goes wide, but brings his Berri. Oh, nice work there by Loxton North, by James Neal, is it? No, it's Petch. Puts it on the ground.
Petch, yeah.
Puts it on the ground.
Dylan Petch to Cooper Petch there before.
Yeah, and that was Adam Langford who chopped in, caught him for holding the ball, was into correct disposal. Langford's having a great game of footy across half-back for Berri.
He might be in the contention for the Murray Pioneer Man of the Match this afternoon.
Yep.
Now Benson kicks it back inboard. No one able to mark it. Left half forward, Loxton North try to clear it out. Reece Wooldridge gets a handball out and we'll get a ball in. Oh, no, we won't. We'll get a free kick for Loxton North. Yeah,
North desperately hanging on to play here, trying to keep in the game till half-time, which is fair enough too. I mean, the Demons lineup has come out and kicked the first 3 goals and the only 3 goals of this quarter to take a comfortable 15-point lead. And Panthers are looking to keep them to just that. Big fella comes out of the back lines, which is Jared Buckley. Can't get it on to lovely little kick over the top of Nelson from Loxton North at half-back. He holds up Shay Hawkins, looks for a bit of help from the ump. The ump says, yeah, the help I'm going to give you is I'm going to come across here and ball it up. Players pushing each other to the ground. Umpire having none of it, just balls it up. On it goes again. This time Nelson from Loxton North, first to it, but ridden into the ground by Peltz. And 25 to come with it. I can't help but think, you maybe could have stopped that if you'd paid one a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I don't know about that. See, Peltz started the tackle and Nelson was going to the ground with the footy and almost just rode with it. But I get the kick's there, I know.
But he's given away 25 for pushing him back in the ground, and that was going on at the previous contest. Never mind.
So Nelson now with the broadcast wing for Loxton North. Scott calling for it in the middle, but
Goes
Decides to go down the line.
towards
Looks
Meneghetti.
Mackenzie Hall couldn't get his hands on it. Meneghetti got a hand on it. Goes out of bounds and we'll get a ball in. 5 RM Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark. 15-point is the margin. Berri lead. 37 plays 22.
Desperately towards the end of the quarter. Meneghetti up for the boundary throw in against Thompson this time. Gets the hit out.
Grieger now for Berri. Gets a kick up. Finds Peltz, who's been in the action this quarter.
Yeah, they've just been quicker to the loose ball, haven't they? Turns around, gets it on his boot. This time McRae's a sure handler of the ball. Shoots it forward to Darcy Minchella. Couldn't pull the mark in under pressure from Sherpick. He put great pressure on the big fella. Caused the ball turnover. And this time Drake picks the ball up for North. Shoots him out of defence. Goes wide. Gets a teammate. He shoots it further down the wing.
That's going to spill out of bounds. No, it's still inside.
He's being held, the Loxton North player, by the Guernsey.
So get a ball in or a kick? What's it going to be?
It's a free kick to Loxton North. The Berri player was off the ball, managed to just sock it a little bit forward, a little bit professionally to give him a bit more time to get back. But fair enough.
Coming up to 20 minutes played.
Lewis in there, takes the mark at half forward for Loxton North. He's been a good player for him today. Has used the ball with very high efficiency. This time he shoots it across, looking for... Whoa! There's your mark of the day, Shay Hawkins.
The mark of the day. Great stuff. Great to see for 5rm.com. He takes the lead for that. And Berri with that. Whoa! And Jordan Marr wants to have a crack at it, but not quite the same height.
No, that one's might get him on the podium, but it won't get him the gold medal.
Berri now. Well, the 25-metre penalty paid for something there. Maybe
he might have stepped over the mark, I think.
Yeah, Scott Lewis. Now umpire says play on. Inside attacking 50 for the Berri Demons. Push forward. Great stuff from Judge Sherpick.
Yeah, well done.
Punches it out. A couple of paddles at it and clears it out. Hawkins tried to run on it for Berri. Sherpick on it again on the deck.
Yeah, good
now
work from the big
North.
fella.
Now Petch. He got a kick away just. It was Dylan.
Lovely
Gets
mark out there by Buckley, I reckon, Lockie out there.
The clubroom wing. He's just going to bring it back in. No, he's not. He's going to go down the line instead. Looks up and finds the 28 of Viney Opes, but spills out of bounds and we'll get a ball in. Nobby Norton.
Yeah, both Buckley and Bastion have been good on ball and as big men, but where North have missed is they haven't had enough runners. That's half-time siren going in the background. Berri 5-7-37, leading Loxton North 3-4-22. Unable to score in that quarter, the Panthers. 15-point lead to the Demons on the Berri Better scoreboard at half-time.
Let's go around the grounds at 5RM Riverland football. Trevor Scott in the sideline view studio this afternoon. Trevor, what have we got? Yeah, Trev, team's back on the field warming up for a big second half. It is the Berri Demons with the lead, 5-7-37, leading Loxton North 3-4-22. And an accurate start from the Demons saw the Panthers take the advantage in the first quarter, but the second quarter was all Berri, kicking away with the 15-point margin as we currently speak. Nobby Norton, you're alongside me, and after that shaky start from Berri, they really have started to control the game.
Yeah, they did in that quarter, and they held Loxton North scoreless while they kicked 3 straight themselves to turn a 3-point deficit at quarter time into a 15-point half-time advantage. Goal kickers for both sides, all singles for Berri: Maroney, Kruger, Minchella, McRae and Lindsay. For Loxton North, Bastion, Buckley and Wooldridge, all with single goal kickers. Better players for both sides. For Berri, Brad Rosenzweig, who's ticking along at 17 possessions at the moment. Also, Hawkins has been good. Both Maroney and Kruger have been dangerous across half forward. Langford's been great off half-back, as has Jacob Grieger, and I think Michael McRae has given him a way forward to attack. There's plenty of others chipping in. For the Panthers, Masuda Kaso had a great first quarter, dropped out of it that quarter. Judge Sherpick's had a very good battle with Darcy Minchella, keeping him to 1 goal only at this stage. So he's playing well. James Neal had a bit in the first quarter. Like I said, not many Panthers pitched in that second quarter, but the big fellas in Bastion and Buckley have both been really good around the ball, as has the general, Scott Lewis. Maybe not racking up as many possessions as Rosenzweig for Berri, but using every one of them at a very high efficiency percentage. Look, for me, Lockie, it's been a game of two types. The Berri Demons, as we predicted earlier in the game, plenty of speed around the footy. Maroney, Kruger in the forward lines and across half back with Grieger and Captain Shay Hawkins have rebounded out well. The Panthers, probably their fastest players are Neal and, I overlooked in that run through Joel Worsfold, who's been good in the middle as well. But the Panthers lacking a little bit of pace. Jai Drake's tried to give him a little bit and he's been serviceable. I think they need a fair bit from their captain, Vumard, this quarter, and they need to, if they're not going to have the pace around the footy, they've got to check it and use it a bit, try and keep possession.
Yeah, and that's the thing we spoke of at the start of the game was, do the Panthers have the pace to run with Berri? The answer is simply no. It's about how do they
They've got to find another way.
Their score, yeah. So, look, an interesting second half of football to come. Round 14 today. This next half of footy, 2 quarters, will either, or could rather, make or break a team's finals aspirations.
Yeah, maybe they need to get a little bit off their wings too, you know, perhaps Petch on his wing, Cooper Petch, and I noticed they've got Josh Nelson over on the other side, not necessarily loaded with pace, but loaded with experience and smarts. They need to start perhaps trying to get around the Berri side.
Can't help but think if the conditions maybe weren't quite as good this afternoon, the Panthers might have had a bit more of a...
lights on here at the Berri Oval.
I just noticed that. They're warming up. We got the old halogen spec here too. These are old school, so watch that electricity meter spin like a UFO this afternoon at the Berri Footy Club. This is 5am Riverland football, second half underway. Back in the middle, and it's Thompson and Viney Opes that do the ruck work. Loxton North with the first clearance. Joel Worsfold through traffic well. Inside attacking 50. Berri players unable to mark it. Hawkins gets a handball out to Marr. Taken after. It's going to be play on advantage, but umpire Trussell just calls it back.
Yeah, this is the danger for North when they get hold of the footy at half-back. They move it quickly, and North unable to sort of check him. So out it comes out to the centre wing. Thompson on a long lead in front of Viney Oates and burns him off. Takes the ball into their forward lines and hits Kruger on the chest. He plays straight on, gets the ball forward.
It's Minchella wrapped up by Sherpick taking the ground. Holding the ball's the call. Minchella.
Yeah, great tussle there between those two young fellas. And at this stage, Judge Sherpick with his nose in front, I reckon, with Minchella only 1 goal so far in the game, and Sherpick keeping the pressure on him at all times.
I'd tell you what, after the first 5 minutes when it looked like Minchella was going to have an absolute field day, yeah, Judd's really got into this game, which is good to see. Takes the kick straight down the line to a big pack of players. No one really able to clear it out. Loose handball. Umpire Tony Florence has called a free kick, I reckon. to...
No, he's
No,
going to
he's
ball
going
it
to
up.
ball it up. Righto.
Yeah, stop North's run towards goal. Ball goes up. Viney Opes under it with Thompson. Neither of them getting a hit out. This time Worsfold first to the ball, gets a free kick, shoots the handball out to Josh Nelson. He looks up ground, but misses his teammate. Berri get hold of the footy again, and out they come again. This time via Holtham, shoots the ball out wide, and off they go running. And it's Hawkins again on the wing.
Out to Tyson Lindsay, inboard to Rosenzweig, who thought about playing on and then just propped. Has his kick, now 50. Minchella, the target, over the back it goes. Loxton North, Eckerman got the crumbs and picked it up, gets it out to Worsfold, took a bit of time with the handball. Sherpig now, bit of time, takes a kick, and it's gone right into the hands of Berry's Peter Safralides, but he's unable to mark it, and he's going to get done for holding the ball. Scott Lewis thinks he's had
paid
the free.
it the other way.
Yeah, that's
well,
what I
Lewis
made.
did get
Yeah,
a high
yeah,
tackle from Safralides, but the umpire didn't see that one. He saw the hanging onto the Guernsey.
That's where the game was stopped.
Yep.
Safralides takes the kick right half forward. Oh, a couple of bites at it there for Thompson. Very Crummers inside 50. Kruger couldn't quite rake it in and will get a ball up on the 50 intercept.
Yeah, nice effort by Petch there, Dylan, to put himself back in the flight of the ball and make it a contested possession. Ball will be thrown in front of the Demons
Pass
players out there, but no one can get the ball clear of the pack. In comes the umpire to ball it up yet again. Play a little bit more open at the moment. In the first half, we saw both sides get well behind the ball. This time, oh, you can't do that.
Tyson Lindsay plays on after that, after play had stopped, and it's only a minor score.
It's blow the whistle, the player runs free by 10, and then you call play on. Well, what if the free kick was the other way? Would that have been a 25?
Not sure. Is that maybe a situation with the three umpire thing? Maybe not quite knowing who has it at any one time?
It's just way too much advantage. I mean, sure, play the advantage, but don't create it. Never mind. Ball comes back in. Nelson to bring the ball back into play. The score now, Berri 5-8-38, leading Loxton North 3-4-22 on the Berri Better scoreboard. Ball comes out of defence. This time out to Buckley. He's had a great game for the Panthers in ruck. Looks up, not many options. He's got to go down the line. He'll go down the line towards Meneghetti. Hand up. He hits the ball hard from the second string, but it comes out the back to Jacob Grieger. He looks straight up and chips it across to Brad Rosenzweig. Takes the mark. He's off. He's off.
Finds McRae in the middle. Has to
No, the umpire's paid a 25-metre penalty. This is what confuses the heck out of me as a supporter and a watcher. Play to advantage unless I'm giving you 25. Then I'll stop it and bring it back.
Yeah, the laws of the game aren't quite straightforward.
Not saying
sometimes.
it's the umpire's fault. I'm saying laws, sometimes in these games.
Rosenzweig takes the kick and goes right, but it's Panthers with the intercept, and that's Jai Drake with the footy, who spits it over the top and finds a teammate in Neil. So it's Michael Scott there, I reckon.
Scott, yep.
Straight down the line it goes. Umpire, a few hands on it, out of bounds. Umpire Todd Charlton says, ball it in.
Yep, here we go. A little bit of an arm wrestle here at the moment. Score difference, 16 points on the Berri Better scoreboard in the Demons' favour after they took a 15-point lead into half-time. Ball goes forward for the Panthers. One-on-one here at half-forward. Knocked forward by Bastion. Can't get no one to run on it other than Berri players. Nice tackle from the Panther player, but plenty of options for Demons to bring this out of defence.
Archie Holtham gets it to Marr, then back to Holtham through the middle. Gets a handball as he was turning around like a Harlem Globetrotter.
Worsfold.
Intercept from Loxton North. Worsfold to Neil, who was absolute stationary. Now Nitschke through the middle. The Panthers take all the pace they've got. Inside 50. Get underneath that. Scott Meneghetti, good luck. Couldn't mark it. Spills forward. Umpire's called.
He's paid a throw against the Berri player.
So it's going to be a free kick to Loxton North unless they undo it undisciplinary. But no, it's going to go back to Scott Meneghetti, who had a couple of bites at that mark, but really was a good luck getting under that one.
He will take the kick at goal from about 45 out. This will be right on his range. But that end, we've seen the ball carry quite a distance. They need this one. Puts it on its way. Distance, no problem. Accuracy, no problem. First goal of the second half to Scott Meneghetti for Loxton North. He narrows the margin to 10 points. Berri 5-8-38, leading Loxton North 4-4-28.
Taking the advantage, Loxton North. It was their only real inside 50 they've had this quarter so far. 6 minutes played on the Ricatera wine room clock. The Panthers respond just when you think the Demons might be starting to get a control on it. The Panthers, in true Loxton North fashion, managed to find a way to get back in the game.
Yeah, with 100% efficiency inside the forward line this quarter, Lockie, 1 for 1. They will need a lot more of that to put the pressure back on Berri, because Berri looks so dangerous off half-back.
And we saw Loxton North played on at every advantage then, and just had enough pace to outrun Berri, but they couldn't stop.
Bonnie Oates first hand on the ball. This time out he comes again. This time Neil from Loxton North drives him forward on his left foot, looking for a forward option out there, but couldn't bring it in. Handball over the top by Penaluna from Berri, but not to anyone in particular. Pressure on from the Panthers here on the Berri half-backs, which is stopping them from getting out. Neil again tries to spin out, gets pinged for holding the ball. Advantage to Berri, out to Brad Rosenzweig on the wing. He looks up, 2 players to choose from. Finds Thompson. He plays on straight away, drives him into attack towards Andre Hunyadi. Straight onto the boot. Sherpick reaches in and spoils for the Panthers. And the ball looks to come out of defence from Loxton North. From Petch, handballs to no one. Geordie Franks picks it up, drives Berri back into attack. Sherpick first hand on the ball. They'll be looking for this one to go through for a point.
Good tackle from Regan Kruger. Kick as he was getting tackled. Umpire says play on. Good shepherd from Worsfold. Masutakaso gets a hand out to Neil. Neil for Loxton North in the middle. Finds Scott Lewis unchecked. Just holds station. Handball's now inside to Masutakaso. Straight through the guts. Looking for Nitschke. Good punch forward from Berri. Right into the hands of Viney Opes.
Shakes off one, shakes off two.
Handball's left. Now to Nitschke. Gets a kick at goal real quick. Hits the deck, and umpire's called holding on. That's a free kick to Loxton North.
Yeah, Bastian being held there when that ball was coming forward. You can see the difference when they move the ball quickly, and it's really both sides when they move the ball quickly. The opposition unable to cope with it. That was well done by the Panthers. Well done by the general too.
Just took the game on.
Yeah, Scott Lewis got hold of the ball in the middle and didn't hesitate to farm out the handball and get it moving.
Masutakaso's given him some drive as well. They're going to need a lot from him this half if they're a chance of winning this one.
Yeah, if they don't have the speed, they've got to at least have the legs and use them. Like run, get to position.
So Liam Bastian now, 25 out, slight angle.
Missed it.
And it's a minor score.
Ooh, a costly miss for the Panthers.
4-5-29. Loxton North trailing Berri 5-8-38 on the Berri Better scoreboard. Lights are on here at Riverland Football League headquarters.
A 9-point advantage to the Demons, which could have so easily have been only 4. But never mind. Panthers having a red-hot go here in the third quarter.
Still the Demons yet to score a major this quarter. Coming up 9 minutes, or just over 9 minutes play.
In the
Grieger with the kick out finds Langford, who's been a bit quiet this quarter, but had a pretty good game so far.
Yeah, getting plenty of it.
Finds Rosenzweig, put another tick on your stat list, Nobby. That's a kick.
I was actually putting down his last when it happened, so I've got to put down
Takes
2.
the kick up to the clubroom wing. Loxton North through Neil, managed to read it, and they go on the rebound, but he might have been taken after, or umpire said he ran out of bounds when he kicked it. I think it's the latter. We're going to get a ball in, I reckon.
Neil's another player who's lifted since half-time. He's the one that's got the speed, the leg speed, and the ability to break lines. He's the one they need. Him and Akaso, they need them both pushing forward at every opportunity and breaking that line to give their forwards a chance.
This is 5RM Riverland Football, 91.5 FM, 8 on AM and 5RM.com. Ball back in. Umpire's going to say, have another crack at that one, I reckon. Or it might not have been in the right spot to start with.
A nice little chance to catch your breath here, Lockie, and in it comes. Viney Oates up against Thompson. Thompson comes out of the pack with the football.
And spills it forward off the deck. Soccer off the ground from Scott Lewis. Masutakaso taken high, and it's going to be a free kick. So Loxton North with the free right in the middle of the ground. Player screaming for it to the left.
Lovely kick, nice little pass to Cooper, to Petch. Drives it in long. Hit Wooldridge on the chest there, but fire a few. Through goes...
Now it's Drake, gets a hand up, kick out to Bastian in the pocket, couldn't quite drag it in for a mark. Ball goes to the deck. Umpire's going to say, I'll have it a ball up. 35 out from the Panthers' goal.
What I like about that big fella, he's always holding front position and first to the ball. With a miss kick like that, he almost dragged it in. Up the ball goes, out it comes to the Berri. players from the tap out. Umpire says, I'll have it again.
So another stoppage, 11 and a half minutes played. Third quarter Riverland footy on 5RM. Ball goes up. Tap really goes to no one. Penaluna there for Berri trying to clear it out, but he has it again.
No Loxton North players making space here. They're all sucked into the contest. There's plenty of space out wide, and the ball gets knocked forward, but straight to Berri. Nice tackle here. I reckon that's holding the ball. That was Folds put under pressure there by James Neal, who's very fast to the ball. Put that Berri player under pressure. He couldn't get it out of defence, and he's coughed it up. I reckon Mitch Folds has been caught for holding the ball 3 metres out from the goalpost. Neal with the free kick can easily run around and goal this if he just thinks his way through it. Hang on, a bit of advice to the umpire, so now he doesn't have to run around at all. It's been taken back onto the goal line. Lockie, I think I'd be a chance to nail this one.
Well, it's got to go through him yet. Has the kick.
There's a goal.
It's through. The Panthers respond. 3 points the margin. They still trail, but they're coming back.
James Neal, his first goal for the game, and a much improved effort by him in this quarter. He's actually carried them back into the game with his speed, his pace, his run. They're going to need another quarter and a half of that if they're going to salute here today.
Demons yet to score this quarter. 12 and a half minutes played.
After scoring 3 goals in the second quarter to Loxton and keeping Loxton North scoreless, they are feeling a little bit of the same coming back at them.
Yes, not a breath of wind to speak of. That wind has actually dropped to 0.
Yeah,
that is the first time I've seen that on the 5RM weather radar of Riverland footy.
Yet the river end has been the scoring end. Quite unusual.
Breeze whatsoever.
Here we go, ball back in the middle. Berri leading this game by 3 points on the Berri Better scoreboard. It is game on and game on for the finals positions for the final 4.
Riverland footy on 5RM. 5RM.com, your chance to see Jimmy Barnes live in concert. Win your way in. Hit up the working class quiz at 5RM.com, and I reckon you could even fill that one in. Back in the middle it goes. Brock finding Oaks doing the ruck work. Worsfold read it well, got underneath it. Again has another bite at it after the spillage.
Lovely
goes
kick
wide
out wide
to Lloyd to a bit of space.
Yeah, good play.
Paddles it forward. Maroney trying to get underneath it, can't quite do it. And then Ma dives on it, and a ball up right in front of us, broadcast wing.
Good effort by Jackson Lloyd there. Took on Maroney, outpointed him, kept the ball alive, kept it going toward the goals. James Neal tries again, taps it loose to Andre Hunyadi, who kicks the ball out of bounds on the bounce. That'll be a free kick for Loxton North. Oh no, it's a free kick back at the play. No, to Cody Vumard.
Yep, so kick on right half back for Loxton North, inboard to Lewis. They go on this zigzag approach now, straight through to Worsfold. He tries to shake the tackle. Oh, manages to get a half handball away, then bounce back into his hands. And umpire says, I'll have it.
He broke the tackle. I don't know if he had to get rid of it, Joel, then, but he's always looking for a player in a better position than himself. Very unselfish player, Joel Worsfold.
Hunyadi now in the ruck for Berri.
Taken to ground. Gee, had the ball clean in his hands there, held it up, showed the umpire I've got it. The ump said I'll have it back and throw it up again. Viney Oates up against Hunyadi. Hunyadi first hand on the ball this time. Worsfold handball out of the pack. This time back to Worsfold. Nelson had the ball and sent it back towards Worsfold, but he was dealt with after he got rid of the footy. Loxton North getting a fair bit of the ball in contest, but not making the most of it.
Trail by 3.
Nelson down the line looking for the big fellas.
No one able to clunk it, Mark. Rosenzweig got the crumbs. He's been done holding the ball. And Loxton North, they're not going to play on quickly, but Bastian's the one with the kick. And now it goes long to the hot spot. Good luck getting under that. Oh, that was Buckley, I reckon, that flew in from the side. He couldn't quite clunk it. Berri got on the clearance, and Langford, always the out player.
I can't help but think if he hadn't have jumped up there, Meneghetti might have dragged that one in.
Kick up now to Brookhill, far wing. It's going to spill out of bounds.
North right up to the contest at the moment and keeping the pressure on. Berri leading by 3 points after leading by 15 at the half. We've got game on here all the way to the end, I think.
This is what we want. This is why it's game of the day on 5RM. Now Loxton North go on the attack.
Here goes Neal with a bit of pace.
Left half forward, but intercept from Rosenzweig. And get ready on the stat sheet again. He's going to have the kick again.
5 possessions this quarter to take his total to 22.
Ball spills forward after the kick. Didn't quite hit the target.
Out of bounds.
Loxton North player just sort of walked it over the line and get a ball in.
Well, they're going to have to be in front at three-quarter time when we saw what happened in the second quarter, and they're going to have to come out and match Berri kick for kick. Viney Oates gets first hand of the footy. Worsfold tries to come out with the ball, but wrapped up. Umpire says, come on, boys, I'll have it. We'll go again. Up it goes. Ruckman in. Hit out from Viney Oates again. Big hit out towards his players, and it's Neal again. Out of bounds. Ball run over the boundary line. Will be a boundary throw in at half forward for Loxton North.
This is 5R in Riverland football. Dangerous time for the Berri Demons. They need to respond. 17 minutes played. Good tap from Berri. Out to a bit of space. Grieger.
Lovely
good
pick
pick up off the deck. Pops it forward, but it's going to be intercepted, and it's almost like the teams have changed Guernseys at half time.
Yeah, Vumard sitting in the back play there. Looks up. Looks for Lewis. Finds Lewis at centre wing. Handball straight out to Sherpick running past. Goes short. Couldn't quite drag it in, the Loxton North player, but got the handball out towards Akasu. He'll be taken to the ground. It'll be a ball up. Pretty unfortunate play there. Jared Buckley was hitting the ball. Lewis kicked it to him, but he couldn't quite reel it in. Up it goes again. Viney Oates up. Knocks the ball clear of the pack. Lovely bit of body work from the big fella, but Berri take the ball out by hand. Couple of them running clear of the pack. Watson, handball's out. Grieger on the move, but not used. That's Langford off half-back, kicks it out wide and finds McRae a long way from half-forward, takes the mark and sends him into attack.
Thompson the target. Oh, couldn't mark it. Had a bit of space, but gets a handball over the top. Inboard to Safralides, out to Lindsay, who goes around, kick over the shoulder. Has it come back? It hasn't. It's a minor score.
Yeah, he put a little bit too much mayo on that, Tyson Lindsay. I don't think he had to dodge around and do all that. He could have just stood still, straightened up and kicked it straight through the middle.
Well, behind him he had a paddock. He didn't need to go back into traffic.
That's what I mean. He had plenty of room just to... Everyone was running away from him and around him, and he had plenty of space. Would have looked good on the highlight reel, but it's now a very good point.
Yeah, so 5-9-39 leads Loxton North 5-5-35, getting up to the 19-minute mark soon of the third quarter. Riverland footy on 5RM.
Another let-off for the Panthers, and it leaves them in the game, well and truly in it, only trailing by 4 points.
Nelson goes clubroom side on the kick out and finds Vomard unchecked.
Yeah, starting to get a bit of it, the Loxton North skipper.
Down the line, small pass.
Oh, lovely little mark there by Eckerman, who came from three rows back, went through the ball, kicks it, centres it across to Petch. Petch has Nelson in the middle on his own. He also has Buckley, handball out. Nelson finds the other Petch, Cooper on this side wing, all on his own. Goes to the 50, has a bounce, goes short, finds Neal on the lead. Loxton North about to have a shot at goal here. Umpire calling the Berri defender back. Gives Neal a much better angle. Hang on, now he's saying, no, I'm not going to give you that better angle. You're going around. So he will shoot he'll kick this from about 40 metres out. Distance won't be the problem. He's tight in the forward pocket at the scoreboard side. The goal will put North back in front for the first time since quarter time. Lovely looking kick off the boot. Coming back. They like it. That's a goal to James Neal. His second for the quarter. His second in a row. Consecutive goals to him will take Loxton North back into the lead. Loxton North leading 6-5-41 to Berri 5-9-39. A 2-point lead to the Panthers.
Yep, and our first consecutive goal kicker of the day.
First multiple goal kicker, and he's got them consecutively.
And consecutively, yes, well done.
Yeah, that's a double-double, Lockie.
I like it. Not quite a quadrilla, but, well, you know what we were trying to get at.
Yeah,
so the Panthers back with the lead, and as you said, they haven't had this for some time. You have to go way back to the early part of the quarter to find when
the second quarter.
It was, second quarter when they led. Well, sorry, it was very early on.
Up it goes in the middle. This time Minchella into the ruck. Lewis gets a hold of it for Loxton North. Shoots it to Joel Worsfold. He straightens up. Drives it forward. Looking for Neal again. Got pace. Burns off his Berri opponent, Archie Holtham. Takes a bounce. Lines them up. Goes towards the goal square. Oh, off hands and through. Now he's starting to create the same problem that North had with Moroney and Kruger. Gee whiz, he hit that ball hard. He was 3 steps in front of Holtham. Took hold of the ball and cleared it. Ball comes out of Berri defence. This time finds Adam Langford at halfback. He's been solid for him all day.
Goes inboard looking for Minchella, Darcy, but it's Loxton North that get their hands on it. Michael Scott through the middle.
On
Bit
his
of
own.
vintage performance. Finds Nitschke on the cricket pitch, who just has to hold up for a sec. He's calling for someone long.
He's going for the big fella down the middle. But so there's 3 Berri blokes there. Through goes Acaso. Handball out. No one comes to the big bloke, and he has a shot at goal.
Oh, great desperation from Shea Hawkins. Just did the old slips catch diving and punched it out of bounds. Might have wobbled through for a goal. It was
No,
off
it's
the
a
foot
boundary
of Bastian.
throw-in, I reckon. Out.
That's what I mean.
This will be a good result for Panthers to have another crack at it. Look, they're looking dangerous when they move that ball forward quickly.
So ball back in, tapped over, got into Meneghetti, who was tackled, and he's been done for incorrect disposal.
Which was pretty harsh because I thought he handballed that. I was more looking, I thought the free kick might have been paid for hanging on after he got rid of it. But there we go.
So it's going to be a free kick to Berri in their defence. 22 and a half minutes played. Probably not really much more time left.
Panthers leading this game by 3 points on the Berri Better scoreboard after coming from 15 down at half time. Ball, Berri trying to get something happening from Shea Hawkins, and a lovely kick back into the middle. Finds Jacob Grieger at centre half back. He looks up, chips it into the middle, and gets McRae coming right up from centre half forward. Straight away on with it. It's pretty. Loxton should be able to read this. It's pretty simple play. He switched it out wide to the wing. This time Lloyd all over the back of Moroney, but I don't mind that. He made him earn it. Didn't let him run away from him.
So Moroney with the free. Now kicks inside attacking 50. Thompson couldn't mark it. Paddles forward. Rosenzweig got a handball back to Thompson. Inside attacking 50, but it's Loxton North through Acaso that clear it out. But it only found Langford. Langford now to McRae. McRae deep in attacking 50.
Oh, lovely,
great
courageous
defensive
mark there by Cody Vumard, was
Another mark of the day contender. So, yeah, defensive mark. Certainly a key clutch mark there.
And that's what we used to see from the North skipper, some intercept marks like that. Comes out wide to Viney Opes on the halfback flank for Loxton North. Takes the mark. Don't go in there. He does. Finds Michael Scott on the short kick. See these young players today, they don't mind backing themselves in, do they? Yeah. Cut out by Shea Hawkins at centre wing for Berri. He drives Berri back. No, he doesn't. Smothered by Acaso. James Neal gets the crumbs after a handball from Buckley. Goes forward and gets Liam Bastian on a long lead. He plays on straight away. Goes straight into the attack looking for Wooldridge. Muscled under it.
Oh, great defensive mark from the veteran himself, Peter Safrolides.
Yeah, just put him under the ball, the young fella under the ball enough to make it an easy mark for himself. Shoots it out wide, and that'll be a free kick to Loxton North because he was looking for Lindsay and he shot it too wide and the ball went out of bounds without being touched. Free kick to Liam Bastian. Centres it across to Petch at half forward. He will now drive Loxton North. I thought deep into attack, but he went short to Viney Oates. Plays on, has a crack at goals. Comes off the side of his boot. Fortune's a favour there, but Berri get hold of the footy, bring it out of half back. But they're outnumbered here if someone can get a tackle on. No. Lovely work.
Archie Peltz spilled it out. Now Viney Opes has his hand back on it. Thought it might have been stopped, but umpire says keep playing, mate. Now Petch, Loxton North, out to Worsfold. Now Nitschke from the painted 50. Kicks
Looks
to the
up.
hot spot. Get underneath that.
Meneghetti does.
Meneghetti, great mark taken. 25 directly in front. He's going to go back for a shot on goal. And the Panthers may have found their spearhead forward. In fact, they've had him in the side for over a decade.
And that was a wonderful play by Zach Nitschke. Played well above his years in experience. Looked up, put the kick perfectly to Meneghetti. He was the only one that could get that mark. Comes in for a shot at goal after the siren. North leading by 3 points. Now leading by 9 points. Second goal for the quarter to Meneghetti. And Loxton North take a 9-point lead into three-quarter time huddle.
A big fourth quarter to come at 5R Riverland football. Let's go around the grounds real quick with Trevor Scott. Thank you, Trevor Scott. Yes, Wonka still playing at their second home, and who knows, maybe future home. I'll leave that for another day. This is Far From Riverland football live at Berri.
Home away from home.
Loxton North leading 7-6-48 to Berri's 5-9-39, a 9-point lead after trailing by 15 at the major break. The Panthers have had a big fourth quarter, big third quarter, and there's a big fourth quarter to come.
Yeah, goal kickers for the Panthers, 2 to Meneghetti and 2 to Neal. Both players kicking those 2 each in the third quarter. Singles to Bastian, Buckley and Wooldridge. For Berri, all singles, Moroney, Kruger, Minchella, McRae and Lindsay. And scoreboard now reading correct, 7-6-48 to Berri, 5-9-39. Good players for both sides in that quarter. Well, the 2 guys, Neal was just exceptional. He dragged them back in. Meneghetti, a couple of great clunks up that end and 2 good goals. I thought good play from in the middle, Joel Worsfold as well. And Akasu picked up. They'll have to continue that effort in this quarter if the Panthers are going to finish in front.
It's a big fourth quarter to come. The season could get a lot harder for the Berri Demons if they're unable to get the chocolates this afternoon. Still 2 games to play after. After
kicking 3 goals to nothing in the second quarter, the Panthers turned the tide and kicked 4 goals, 2 to Berri's 2 points only. Here we go.
Yep, fourth quarter underway. Back in the middle, it's Viney Opst and Thompson doing the ruck work, and Neal for Loxton North gets the clearance and kicks it to space at right half forward. Peter Safralides for the Berri Demons rakes it in, kicks it back inboard and manages to find Langford, who's had an absolute ripping game this afternoon. An umpire says 25-metre penalty. Loxton North player over the mark.
Rightfully called too, because the whistle had been blown for the mark and he came in late, 2 metres in front of the mark. Eckerman takes the mark, interception and cops a bit of treatment.
So a front on impact Lindsay. There from Lindsay.
Courageous mark from Eckerman. Looked around, saw the player, but still went for the mark and got dished up with a bit of treatment. Goes down the middle and finds Jared Buckley all on his own at centre half 40, wiggles and plays on, gets onto his left, looks for Meneghetti, who's had a great quarter and takes a very strong mark in front of his opponent, who's slapping the ground. I reckon that's Jacob Grieger, slapping the ground in frustration. He could not get around the big body of Meneghetti. Looks up, quickly passes off, finds Viney Opst, who, might I say, apprenticed to him off-field, is now apprenticed to him on-field.
Well, let's hope he passes trade school here, because Meneghetti would have backed himself to kick that goal. The angle was probably better for Meneghetti, but I think he's got a little bit less distance here for Viney Opst.
I think he might have been a little bit outside of his range, but cometh the time, cometh the man. Can BVO put Loxton North further in front? Great shot from us here. Looks good off the boot. And it is. Straight through the middle. A goal to Brock Viney Opst. Takes Loxton North to 8 goals, 6-54, leading Berri 5-9-39. First goal that Loxton North's kicked to that end of the ground. Is that breaking a trend or setting one?
Oh, I did say at the start of the game they haven't won on this ground since round 2 of 2024. It's over 18 months ago. A lot has happened in the world since then.
And that is 5 goals in a row to the Panthers after Berri had kicked clear to half-time, 15-point half-time lead. Look, game far from over. Just plenty to happen here.
15-point margin. Well, Loxton North came back from this at half-time, so now it's time for the Berri Demons to respond. Back to the middle. No one really gets the advantage through the middle. It's Maksudakaso got a handball up as he was tackled. Umpire says incorrect disposal. Free kick to the Berri Demons. It's going to be Jordan Marr who takes the kick. One of the hard nuts for Berri. Finds Minchella at half forward.
If anyone can break the game back for Berri, it's this fella.
70 out. Goes and just pops a little pitching wedge inside. Holding on. It's going to be a free kick to the Demons. I reckon this might be Regan Kruger that takes it, or it might be Peter Sarah. No, it's going to be Regan Kruger. Takes the kick. He's going to be what? Kicking from 30 out.
Yeah, good.
45-degree angle.
Normally a pretty good shot at goal too, Regan Kruger.
Certainly need this.
Yeah. Look, it's game on right across the ground here, and Panthers under a bit of pressure there across half-back. He has a shot at goal, deliberate shot at goal, leaves it. Bit of a helicopter kick, touched through by Sherpick, and that's one behind only. Takes Berri to 5-10-40, trailing Loxton North 8-6-54 on the Berri Better scoreboard. Panthers 14-point leaders. you can't help but think this next goal is very important in the size of the game. Lovely mark on the lead by the ruckman. Handball back. Look, they're trying to move the ball at every opportunity here, the Panthers. Scott shoots the ball out wide.
Now it's Worsfold with the ball at right half back. Goes
Called to
straight
play
down
on.
the line, but smothered kick straight up there from Berri, and spills out of bounds. So a ball in, 70 around from the Berri Demons goal now, kicking to the river end in this fourth quarter. 5-0 Riverland football from McDonald's Brand Mark.
Yeah, North with players behind the ball, but that's not where they need to be. They need to get this ball moving the other way. Neil onto it first, gets a handball out. Loxton North player dealt with, but ball goes down the ground. Mark taken by Berri wingman. Safralides out there, shoots the ball in the middle. Lovely kick in the middle, finds Geordie Franks on the 50. He looks to get on with it, but no. Going back to take a shot. No, now he's on with drives it deep to the goal square. And that vacant goal square, but through for one behind, which now takes Berri to 5-11-41, trailing Loxton North 8-6-54. Berri peppering the goal square, but not getting majors. Two Loxton North players here in the back line. One takes the kick out. They have numbers. Petch comes wide. Dylan Petch takes the ball at half back. Shapes to play on, but decides not to. Now he takes the ball down the line, up the wing, looking for the big fellas. Opes gets a hand to it. Meneghetti, handball out to Worsfold. Fumbles what he should have done, but recovers and hits up Nitschke. He gets straight on with it, but only as far as Shea Hawkins. Cuts it off for Berri. Shoots Berri back out of defence. Finds Watson. They go across again, out wide to Langford. He's been probably their best player today. He shoots down the wing looking for Rory Moroney. Takes a diving mark.
So Moroney's going to bring this one. Wasn't quite out of bounds, but it wasn't far from it.
Yeah, lovely attempt at the mark there from Moroney.
On the far wing now, brings it inside 50. Kruger, the target, couldn't quite mark it. He might get this anyway.
No.
And, it's going to go the other way. So it was a 2-on-1 contest. He bumped out one of his opponents. And
Vumard standing firm for the Panthers in the back line yet again.
So Vumard with the kick finds Nelson.
It's getting a bit of it, but they're not moving it out of the danger area. They need to get it up there and leaving it down there. Berri will eventually break through here.
Now it's on the
big fellas up.
Far wing, club room wing. Umpire says I'll have it. We'll get a ball up just on the edge of the centre square.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Joel Worsfold. He's been in it all day and keeps coming.
Ball up in the air. Rosensweig was underneath it, had to break a bit of
How did he get out of there?
Gets Marr straight through the gate. Now inside attacking 50. Anyone home? They are. Regan Kruger went to play on, and if he went back and had a shot, who knows? It's gone through for a minor score. I'm not sure, he mustn't have seen the Panther players on the goal line when that one happened. But anyway.
Is that an opportunity that's going to be costly at the end of the day?
Brings
ball
the margin
comes
to
wide.
12 points.
Ball
Demons
comes
trail.
wide. Viney Opes up the wing all on his own. Gets to it early, but gets taken out of it without the footy by Thompson. Bit of a professional free kick there by the Berri ruckman. He could see Viney Opes was going to take the mark, so he took him out of play. Gave him the ball, free kick on the wing, in the hope that he could hold up and get some teammates behind the ball. Viney Opes will have to go down the line here, and he does. Shanks it a bit, but Meneghetti hard at it. Second bite, couldn't bring it in. Ball comes out again towards Rosenzweig. Hot on his heels, Neil. Neil again. Takes the big fella, but can't get a handle on him. In it goes. First to it, Sherpig. Feigns a handball, dodges around his opponent and drives him out of defence. Courageous effort by the general there.
Mackenzie Hall couldn't quite get a proper kick on it, but it managed to find Buckley, who drills it inside 50. It's a big high kick.
Lovely mark.
Great mark
now
taken.
That is going
William Bastion
straight to the top of mark of the day for not only courage, but also outmarking three opponents, and it could be a crucial mark in the result of the game. If he goes back and puts this through, it might just be it's not only the mark of the day, but perhaps the most important goal of the day.
Yeah, Mackenzie Hall just sort of kept pushing that forward at all cost. It wasn't good looking, but it got there in the end. Liam Bastion from 25 out.
Missed it.
Misses to the far side. That's a minor score. Takes Loxton North to 8-7-55 to my calculations. Berri 5-12-42 on the very better scoreboard.
Yeah, important misses at both ends. One at that end by Moroney for Berri, which could have narrowed the margin, and one at this end by Bastian, which could have extended it. Out the ball comes from fullback from Shea Hawkins, but out towards the wing.
Great mark taken from the Berri player there.
Yeah, I reckon it's Safralides, is it?
Penaluna.
Yeah, great mark in front of the big fella there. Buckley.
Straight down the line. Yeah, going to not really a target in particular. Punched out of bounds by
No, it's gone out of bounds. It's gone out of bounds off the kick. It was outside the boundary line. Brock Bonnie Oates having a good last quarter. Has kicked the only goal. Drives it down the wing. Looking for Meneghetti. Attacks the ball from 3 deep. Makes a contest and goes back in.
Umpire's called something here. It's going to be a free kick to Berri.
Gee whiz, it's hard to get your hands on a cheap ball anywhere on the oval at the moment.
Grieger now, deep in defence for Berri. Kick up to half-back, finds Thompson. Gets a handball back to Grieger. The Berri Demons have got a bit of run. Takes a bounce.
One going with him.
Right through the middle he goes. Geordie Franks in the middle. Gets a handball back. This is a training drill. Now goes the short 45 kick to Rosenzweig. 70 out from goal.
It's almost
Small
like
kick to the left, finds Marr.
It's almost like the Panthers have run out of gas here. They've run out of gas here for a minute
Franks
or two.
Inside 50.
Lovely
Able
spoil.
to get underneath. That was Benson. Got the second bounce at it, but then got taken to ground, and we'll get a ball up right on the 50 arc of the Berri attacking end.
Just giving you a little bit of a hand towards your awards, Lockie. I reckon I know who maybe the best defender of the day is.
There's a couple that have been doing a bit.
Sherpick's been right in amongst it.
Berri get the tap to Benson.
13-point margin here in the Panthers' favour and on the Berri Better scoreboard. Up it goes again. Ball doesn't come out of the pack. In goes Lewis over it. Wrapped up. Another ball upcoming. So how far are we in the quarter, Lockie, on the clock?
The Ricatera Wine Room clock, 10.5 minutes played.
About halfway, hey?
Umpire Todd Charlton says, I'll ball it up again. Oh, no.
How can that be a free kick?
It must have been a push-out.
Yeah.
So it looked like he was clearing everyone out front of the ball up. But anyway, so
Umpire
a free kick
right
to
there.
Minchella, right on the 50 arc. He'll be kicking this from directly in front. This is a crucial goal, a crucial kick rather, I should say. Has the kick. Looks pretty good off the line. Is it going to make the distance?
Sherpick,
it's not.
hands to it.
Berri Demons try to soccer that one through, but it's off the foot of a Panther player, and it goes through for a minor score.
Yeah, accurate, right on line from Darcy Minchella, but just short by about 5 metres.
13:43, trailing Loxton off, 8-7-55.
2-goal game.
Berri Better scoreboard. Panthers take the kick out and go to the right back pocket. Now up to Vomard at half back.
I still believe next goal is the most important one. If the Panthers get it, they'll probably hang on. If Berri get it, that's only a goal the difference.
Nitschke, who stepped up a lot in this second half with the footy out.
Yeah, used the ball well too for a young fella. Set a lovely goal assist too in that third quarter. This time he drives it down the line, looking for the big fellas. Ball comes off hands. Brock Viney Oates handballs it out further again. Oh, another smother. The 1% has been important in the game here. Handball out wide from Petch to Brock Viney Oates again. He chips it up in front of Bastian. First to the ball.
Still
Couldn't
in
drag
play.
it in. Back on it. Handball over the top. To Nitschke. Run down. Ball up. Didn't have time to get rid of it, but slammed to the ground almost WWE style to the turnbuckle.
Umpire says it'll be a free kick now.
To Berri.
Going to Berri now.
Yeah, for a Loxton North player remonstrating with the treatment his player got. Ball comes out. Handball to Rosenzweig. He chips up. Always uses the foot. He finds Thompson in the middle. They're out here. Cross they come. This time Drake pushed under it by Kruger. Kruger's off to the races with it. Gets it straight on the boot. 3-on-3 in the forward lines.
Oh, gets it out to Moroney. Pops it out in front. Moroney from 15 out.
There's
That's
the
a goal
goal.
to the Demons. And they're back in the hunt.
Moroney's second goal of the day. Berri's sixth takes him to 6-13-49, trailing Loxton North 8-7-55. A one-goal game. That ball went coast to coast in no time flat.
It's an exciting game, Riverland footy, that is for sure.
Berri's first goal since half-time, and it's been one they desperately needed to stop that Panther onslaught. And who was in amongst it, of course? Brad Rosenzweig, who has had 25 possessions to date.
So a 6-point margin. The Panthers with the lead. This game's had a fair bit this afternoon. Season on the line for both sides.
18 back in the middle for both sides. Rosenzweig in the middle for Berri. Lewis in for Loxton North, as is Neil and Acaso. Up the ball goes. Thompson first hand on it.
It's out to
Benson. He's been pinged for holding the ball. The advantage played. Neil runs out of centre for Loxton North. Drives it long to the goal square. Plenty of players up there. Can one of them bring it down? Out the back it comes. Off the boot. Goal. Point. Point to Bastion, was it?
Touched off the boot, I reckon.
Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah. So a minor score to the Panthers.
Yep. Point to Bastion there. Liam Bastion, a point.
That could be handy. Takes the margin out to 7 points.
Well, it is
14 minutes
at the moment.
played. Fourth quarter Riverland footy on 5RM for McDonald's Renmark. And the McArch has arrived.
Here we go. Berri looking for the advantage here to get it out of defence. They come up the middle, but Joel Worsfold hand in. Through goes Acaso with the ball. No, couldn't take hold of it. Folds with it, but only as far as Lewis. He looks up, has someone on the switch right across, and he takes the mark.
Oh, gets told to play on. It was
out
Liam
to
Bastion.
Neil. Bastion to Neil. Neil goes long towards the goals, but out of bounds in the forward pocket. Will be a free kick to Berri. A little bit unfortunate. Nice kick by Lewis. Squared it up, but Bastion couldn't quite drag it in.
Lewis just sitting in the right spot too. Knew where that one was going to go. The Demons bring it back in.
Look to switch out our way. Here they come, out wide again. No further from the goal. This time the ball chipped up in front of the Berri player.
Oh,
but back in. Lloyd on it first. Nice little toe poke. Joel Worsfold looks across and finds it. What a lovely kick off the outside of the boot. And finds Zach Nitschke, who will go back and have a shot almost right on the 50 arc. Lovely kick by Joel Worsfold. He just angled that off the side of his boot to find him.
He's look for a lead here. I don't know if he's going to quite... This might be a late kick off the boot. No, looks like he's going to go back and take the shot.
I reckon he's got to have a crack here because a point will still be handy to him. Has a go, drives it down the middle. Oh, what a mark. A pair of arms streaks up over the pack. I can't see who it is, but it's got a blue and white Guernsey on.
Cody Vomard.
A
long way from home. Wow.
Gee,
really snuck around.
He wouldn't have had a shot for goal this year, would he?
Well, there is no one in the Panthers' defensive 50, so no one's home. He's right on the boundary line. It looks like he's going to back himself to go around the corner and have a kick here.
Any score will do. No, he doesn't.
Decides to bring it out a bit of space. Looks for Meneghetti. Couldn't mark it. Berri players wrap him up, take him to ground, and that was a hard tackle from Benson, I reckon. And that is a ball up 15 or 20 out from the Panther goal. 16 and a half minutes played. Ball back up in the air. Good tap from Thompson. Inboard finds Benson. Benson taken to ground by Lewis, and we'll get another ball up 30 out.
Tackling very important here from both teams to not give away free kicks.
Ball up it goes. Bastion has the tap. Finds Rosenzweig spilling towards the goal line, but it's Berri that bomb it out. Looking for Maroney. Lloyd couldn't quite drag it in. Now the Berri players through Hawkins. They're trying to paddle this one out. Still hot in the deck there. It's a bit like, what's the game? Hungry Hippos, where you're trying to get the balls into little pockets there.
Yeah, ball out of the defensive 50, but right on it. Up it goes again. This time kicked back into the forward line by Joel Worsfold. In front, Bastion takes another strong mark for the Panthers. Gee whiz, he's been a beacon of attack for them. He's played very well. Probably hasn't put it on the scoreboard, but gee whiz, he's been a defensive problem for the Berri Demons. Goes back to have a shot. You can't help but think, Lockie, a goal here might nearly tip it their way.
Could do. They lead by 7 currently. Ball's on the way now.
He likes it. Umpire doesn't. Umpire runs to the side for a point only. Hang on. What's going on here?
That missed a lot.
No.
Well, I haven't seen any flags yet.
Well, why is a free kick back here? What's this all about?
I reckon
it's no score.
There's nothing, yeah.
It's a free kick back to where Bastion took his kick from. So it must have been something going on there. Okay. I didn't see it. The umpire did, and he paid it. Off the ball goes Thompson, drives them out of defence. Berri, they go wide. Meneghetti in the way, takes a strong mark at centre wing.
Panthers now.
He's got behind the ball here, Meneghetti.
Still can't afford to rack the queue.
No, he'll be looking to attack. He'll be looking to drive this ball deep into the forward line, and hopefully a teammate can get hold of it. Up it goes towards the big fellas. off hands, but not to anyone in particular. Neal tries to get a handle on it. Rosenzweig through, but couldn't get clear. Couldn't get clear for possession number 27. So he stays on 26.
Ball up right on the 50 arc for the Panther goals. Good tap from Thompson, inboard.
Akasu couldn't get it.
Rosenzweig. Here's another kick for your tally. Just kicks it quickly through the middle and finds Regan Kruger, who just props. Rosenzweig could get this back. No, he doesn't. Puts it out in space.
Yeah.
Rory Maroney running with the flight of the ball. Great mark paid. It spilled out right at the end, but it's still a mark.
Just too quick for Lloyd, who did his best to stay with him, but just burned him off. So look at Rosenzweig all on his own, sitting across here, 25 metres across, and that's where it goes. Yep.
So right on the 50 arc, probably too far to score.
He'll pass this off. He's off. Played on.
Michael Scott's called his bluff, and there's a bit of who's going to go which way.
Now he goes long.
Bombs it long. Rosenzweig to the hot spot. They all fly up over the back. No, it doesn't. Spilling towards the pocket. It's been a trip. Umpire's called something here, and that's going to be it's a goal after play on advantage is a goal. And there's a goal paid to the Berri Demons. Brings the margin back to 1 point.
That goal goes to Geordie Franks. I just can't help but see that look like a bump to the side, but don't like it when...
So was he the player that was going to get the free kick?
No,
I don't think he was, no.
The free kick was going to go against Eckerman on his opponent, who is Regan Kruger. And it was for a bump which was paid for in the back. You know, hip was in. Too far away for us to see, but I've got an interesting jumper I'll wear at home that says insert yourself. That's a bit of that happening here at the moment. So I'm getting a nod from Lockie Dand here. He seems to think I'm right.
So Frank's first goal of the day.
Correct.
Demons third for the quarter or second?
Third.
Third. I've missed one. Rory
No. No, they're second for the quarter.
Second for the quarter, righto.
Yep.
Sorry, 3 1/4. Yep, I've got it. All good.
Here we go.
All right, doing some calculations. Back in the middle it goes. 20 minutes played. We are now in time on. The Demons trail by 1. The Panthers, through Masuda Kaso, get a kick away off the deck. Rosenzweig
is holding the ball.
Halfback gets done, holding the ball. He just got it to his hands and then went to run away with it. And James Neal's just saying, cool your jets, boys, for Loxton North. Probably not quite enough time to run the clock down just yet. 21 minutes played. It kicks long into the 50. Looking for a target.
What a mark.
The mark taken by Wooldridge.
Yep. The young fella gets a chance to stand up here and put his team in front by more than a goal. There's a lovely mark in the pack by the young fella. Great kick off the boot from James Neal too.
Reece Wooldridge now. Probably the most important kick he's had all day.
1 point the margin here at Berri Oval as the time ticks away in this, well, almost a final, isn't it, Lockie?
Round 14, who would have thought?
Yeah, what a game. Both sides going down swinging here. Wooldridge shot at goal on the left. And he steers it through, the young fella, for his second goal for the day and a most important goal for the Loxton North Panthers.
Takes the Panthers out to 9-8-62, leading Berri 7-13-55 on the Berri Better scoreboard. You can't help but think Berri's inaccurate kicking really has hurt them today. More scoring shots than the Panthers, but trail by 7.
How's that Ricatera time clock going, Lockie?
22 minutes played.
Plenty of time left here in this game.
There's been some long quarters today because we've had a few footies that have gone through for goals that someone's had to go and get a boat to go and get.
Once again, the next goal very significant. If Loxton North were to get it, they would almost put the game away. Berri get it, and it's back to a point.
This is 5RM Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark. Back in the middle it goes. Brody Thompson for Berri. Clunks it out of the ruck. Bombs it forward. Really can't waste any more time.
Out at the ball.
Berri still hungry at it here. Inside their attacking 50. Goes to ground. Wrapped up. Umpire Tony Florence says, I'll have it a ball up. It will be just inside the attacking 50 for the Berri Demons.
Almost every possession important here.
Ball up
both
in
sides.
the air. Ruckman don't really get much of an advantage out of it, either one. They cancel each other out. Now Rosenzweig gets his hands on it, wrapped up and taken to ground. Umpire says, I'll have it.
You know, for a bloke that had, I had him down at 17 possessions. I know he's had 9, but notice how every time he's got near it, James Neal's been right on his hammer. Got him for holding the ball a couple of times. Not Brad Rosenzweig's fault, just more attention being paid to him. That was high on Eckerman. Will come out of that pack with a free kick for Loxton North. Looks up, goes down towards Joel Worsfold, who's burst free and takes a nice mark in the middle. Had to come back for it, but took the mark. Experienced player, looks up, chips, and finds Buckley on a long lead this time, I reckon. Yeah, it is.
So Buckley on broadcast wing.
He's looking
23 minutes played.
Shoots it short and gets Jai Drake.
Yep.
Meneghetti looking for the ball in the forward pocket still. Is motioning that way. He wants the ball in the forward pocket, but short again it goes to no one in particular, out of bounds.
Chopped out by Maroney. He ambitiously tried to keep it back inboard, but it's going to be a ball in.
Maroney moved onto the footy. We saw what he did last time. He takes the ball at half back and he carries it all the way forward. This is on. This is game on here.
So ball in. Good.
2 up. Can you have 2 up at the boundary throwing?
I think you can in our footy.
Yeah.
Drake now tries to crumb it, gets it out to Lewis, through a bit of traffic now to Brock Finey Opes, who just bombs it forward.
Punched on by
Langford
Sheppard.
Couldn't get it. Now Makasso inside
Here we go.
attacking 50. A high ball. Good luck getting under that. Safralides with the flight of the ball running backwards. Couldn't mark it. Panthers still hungry for a goal. Maroney gets the handball out to Folds. Folds had to turn around to a bit of traffic, just kicks it up to half-back, but an intercept from Masuda Kaso.
Wow.
Bombs it long.
Wow.
This could go through.
Wow.
Masuda Kaso.
Now there's your goal of the day.
Sealer. And the Panthers are going a long way to finals. 10-8-68, leading at Berri. 7-13 to 55. Masuda Kaso. The goal of the day for Berri Better.
Rack
a
the
late
key.
goal.
Nothing will beat that for goal of the day today.
A goal after 20 minutes in the fourth quarter has a 20% weighting on it in the goal of the day. That one's got it.
I was thinking to myself as he took that mark from that loose kick out of defence, just go back, settle it down, lad. But what did he do? Put the burners on, burst through a couple of players, slammed it onto his boot and slammed it through the middle of the big white sticks to give Loxton North a 13-point lead here at the Berri Oval. 10-8. 68 to 7-13-55 on the Berri Better scoreboard.
This is why we love Riverland footy on 5. Ren McDonald's Renmark back in the middle. Loxton North, Lewis through the middle. Good kick up to half forward. Finds Buckley on a lead.
He had a game today, this fella.
The Panthers can probably start to wind it down now. 25 minutes played. He's going to go back inboard. Going on a bit of a switch. Chopped out by Mar for the Berri
They've got
Demons.
to come up the middle, and Loxton North have got the middle covered, so they force him out wide. The big fellas roll across there, and there it is. There's the siren. Loxton North running out winners, 10-8-68 to Berri Demons, 7-13-55, and you can't help but think Loxton North might have played their way into finals football.
A lot to unpack from this one. What a round 14 game we've had. Let's go around the grounds with Trevor Scott and get the updates from the other games, and we'll have our awards here from Berri.